alive, Pete. Not half alive.
Well, semi-alive, maybe. I don't know.
No, you're full of life because you're fresh back from your sojourn in exotic ports.
Well, yes, absolutely. Oh, there we go. We're on.
Oh.
Welcome, welcome to BSTV, folks. This is the TCR Challenge Cup, season 19. We're in the penultimate race week, and we've got 2 races for you tonight here from Oulton Park, which is one of my favourite tracks. I am Pete Bingham. I'm joined in the booth by Sir Alan of Toon. Good evening, Sir Alan.
Good evening, Peter. Good evening, everybody. We're back.
Yes,
Pete's found his way back, and I managed to get from the settee over to my rig and sit down.
Yes, don't worry, folks. The professionalism has returned. Wobbly is no longer in the booth. Well, he's probably going to join us now. I've said that, but
that'd be nice.
You can invite these things upon yourself, can't you, Alan? You say too much, get too much.
In the booth, on the track, he's my friend. It's always a pleasure to spend time with him and have a chat.
So. Yeah, too right. And here we are, Alan, at Oulton Park, one of the UK's most famous touring car tracks.
Yes, indeed. One of my favourites.
Yeah.
Top 3 track for me. I love this place.
This one's the one without any chicanes, which means it's the speed circuit. It's the one with the highest speed, least resistance. Probably going to be a challenge for a lot of people out here in Cheshire.
It's great overtaking up and over the hill.
Yeah, that hill is going to be featuring a lot. Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Now, we've got a 29-degree track. I don't believe that Oulton Park has ever seen 29 degrees. I used to live
near... this century.
No, I used to live near there. And never seen that before in my life. So let's go to see what's happening in practice at the moment. We've got a 30-car field. 31. Lied to you twice. A 31-car field, Alan. This deep into the season is unheard of.
It's amazing, Pete. It's a real tribute to these drivers.
It is, yeah. They're the ones that make it happen, aren't they?
So they're turning up and making it, and that's fantastic. It's wonderful for me sitting here to see so many drivers here driving in our league. It's fantastic.
It is.
Jamie's there as well, Mr. Wilson. I'm glad to see his name there.
Yeah, he was back last week. He had an incident-rich race, is the nice way to put that. He did 16 incidents in the second race alone. But it's his first race back after some health issues. So we welcome him back again, probably, with open arms. As the most French racer ever known to the human race, Greg Daffron, is currently topping the timing towers in Oulton Park here. Well, he's joint topping it. There is literally not a millisecond between him and Big Mig, Alan.
Isn't that astonishing? And look at, honestly, Mr. Marino how long does 040? How much of that?
I think
it's not very long, is it?
I think it's like 1/4 of a sneeze or something like that. I don't really know. But it's not.
It's pretty tight at the top, isn't it?
It's ridiculously tight at the top. If these numbers are anything to go by, then the top 21 are all within 1 second. Oh dear! It's gonna.
Awesome
it's a good
season.
Great
guys, you're awesome.
I feel like we're in the richest part of any season ever, if you know what I mean. It's like when you go out in the summer to the seaside and the sun is beaming hot, and you take in that deep breath and think there is nothing better than this, and this is racing at its very best.
The air is full of brine, and all your muscles just relax, and contentment eases into your bones.
Yeah. It does feel
and that's how it makes me feel looking at this track.
Yeah, too right.
I like the chicanes as well. There isn't a single, there's at least 3 or 4 notable versions of this circuit. And I like them all.
I like even the little one, the Foster's circuit.
Yes,
it's even the Foster's. It's even a little run around track, but it's very, very exciting nonetheless. This was scheduled to have a potential for rain, so let's have a little look.
Oh, no, don't say that. No. I like looking at those zeros.
Yeah, zeros all the way down, Alan. So we're in safe.
Yeah, excellent.
That's good. And let's have a look at the standings, shall we? Because after last week's Nürburgring, where Wobbly and Sam took over the booth and all the buttons and whistles.
Oh, well done to them. Thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much.
Thank you to both of them.
I'll put my feet up.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I put more than my feet up. Big Mig is at the top of the charts on 1,904 points, but it's not comfortable for him at all. So James Holman is on 1,835, less than 100 points, just. Well, not even just. It's quite a lot less than 100 points. And there's, whoa, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 600 points remaining for top spots at least, Alan. So nothing is fully convincing yet, if I can word it that way.
Certainly not set in cement.
Definitely not setting anything like cement or any other mixed and hardening textured liquid.
Your French friend, Mr. Defron, or Monsieur Defron.
Yeah, Monsieur.
I do believe he is dangerous.
I think he can threaten as well. Yes, he's 150 points behind, 140 points actually. But I think his performances have got steadily stronger and stronger, and the RD Simsport team is becoming a bigger and bigger threat to Impulse, Geodesic, all the teams that we regularly see at the top in this league. The RD Simsport team is absolutely stretching it, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah, absolutely. They are. And they've got a pretty livery as well. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. Daniel Mills in fourth there on the standings for RD Simsport 2. Still in contention. That's 3 RD Simsport drivers in the top 4.
That's astonishing, and congratulations to them, because that's just all about talent, turning up and racing hard and successfully.
Yeah, and then a driver that's been solid all the way through so far, Alberto Sigolini, ADX Esports JCB. He's 200 points behind, 202 points behind Big Mig. That's not unattainable. All Miguel has to do is have terrible races in theory, and any one of those top 5 can get it.
Yes, I wouldn't wish that on my friend Miguel.
No, definitely not.
For sure.
No.
But I'm with you. I don't think it's totally secure here.
Not yet.
There's an awful lot of very, very fast drivers very close behind him, and events can sometimes not turn out the way you want.
I agree with that. Anything can happen, and usually does.
And look at the pace of these drivers. Pete Newman in 6th, Simon Trundle in 7th, David Johnson 8th. These are Stephen in 9th. These are just very quick drivers. Everybody's but excited into the season because these are all fast chaps.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen Walker, our reigning champion at the moment, in 9th place. I know he's not turned up for every race this season, and he's had some incidents along the route. And he's in a car that he would agree is not his favourite at all. He would rather be back in that Honda, I have no doubt whatsoever. So yeah, he's in 9th place. Let's have a look at the Pro-Ams, the middle class, as we want, if you want to term it that. These are the ones with the green banners and white numbers, unless you are a previous winner, and then you get yellow numbers. Chris Young, Alan, has stepped ahead now of the mighty Rene Earhart.
Yeah, that's not easily done.
No, it's not.
So well done to Chris, but yes,
not much.
This is tight, isn't it?
Yeah. There's nothing secure here.
Even I can see there's not much of a gap there.
No. What's that? Like 50 points, 46 points, and then Pete Van Gool.
Great to see Pete on the podium there in the podium positions. That's really good to see, and Tony doing well, of course, in 4th. Absolutely flying his tea. Carl in 5th.
I know. Tony and Carl have slowly been stepping their way forward all season. That's what it feels like to me, anyway. And then good to see Jura and Stefan in 6th and 7th there. They're having solid seasons again.
Well, any top 10, you've got to drive well.
Yeah.
Because everybody's driving well, so you've really got to be on it to get in the top 10, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you've got a field this big and this strong this season. Let's have a look at AM class. Rob Sutherland. He was talking to me at the beginning of the season, should I move up? And I was saying, well, let's see how you go. And it's yo-yoed up and down this lead. He's now 180 points clear of Daniel Lewis. So I think this one's kind of sorted. I think it's a challenge for any of these guys to get that many points, given where they are now. But
well, yeah,
it's been a
Rob's
sterling
got to give
season.
it up, and he's not likely to be throwing them away, is he?
No. I think it was right for him to be in AM class for this season. He'll definitely move up for season 20.
Yes, no, I think that's right. And he's done well there, and that's good. It's good for everybody in the class to have a really good driver there, tell you, Matt. And
Yeah.
he's done well by them, I think.
Yeah, it's the ultimate carrot, isn't it? You know, find a really good driver in that series and aim at that one. Why would you not? Daniel Lewis in second place there. Silas Goebel in third. He's had a great first full season. And Paul Hurley there, fourth place for Play Designs, just an average sim racer. And then David Ayres, the one where we desperately try and disconnect his headlights each week, in fifth place. You know, it's quite tight when you look at second place down to, I would say, sixth place with Chris Dixon there. That's 80 points, Alan. There's not a lot in this. There's not a lot in it.
700's popular number.
Yeah, it is. Look at them all. They're all queuing up there.
Chris has got 718, and Silas has got 781. So they're probably short of any other number. They've got lots of sevens, eights, and ones.
Yeah. That is how this seems to be working, folks. And then team standings-wise, RD Simsport are 270, 260 odd points in the lead over Impulse Racing, which is now Andreas and Miguel, with some points donated at the early part of the season by Wobbly. And then ADX Esports JCB in third place there. There's 200 and 300 points separating 1 and 2, and then 1 and 3. It's been quite a challenge. Look at who's in fourth though. RD Simsport 2, Alan.
Yes.
You know, you can't look at a screen without seeing one of their teams on it. It's
well, I'm glad to see ADX on a podium place. I think they deserve that.
Yes, definitely.
RD definitely deserve to be where they are. Well, I think Impulse have doing. They're down to 2, and RD have been rampant. So
yeah.
The fact that they're actually holding them to second place, and I think that's Impulse are having to drive very well to do that.
Yeah, agree with that. I'm just going to turn my microphone up a little because I'm not reaching the tenor bar. Right, driver of the meeting, James Holman is joint top with Rob Sutherland and Chris Young. So a couple of drivers there getting points last week, Alan.
Yes, and they're all RD Simsport drivers.
Oh, yeah. One from each of the RD Simsport teams. That's remarkable. Wow. Well done to RD Simsport for coming up with such fantastic drivers in your teams. Wobbly, who will never get another point as long as I live, in fourth place there. And Big Mig in fifth. A joint fifth, actually, with Greg Frenchman Daffron, Monsieur Daffron, and Sam Blees, who is a multiple previous champion. So it's a healthy league, isn't it, Alan?
Fantastic, honestly. But this fits very clearly with the standings in the league. These guys are right on the podiums and right in the head of things, and there they are with the most points in the driver of the meeting. It's not hardly a surprise, is it?
No, definitely not.
They've dominated the leagues. They are dominating it, really.
Yeah, they are, clearly. The only one...
And they've done that by doing great performance, haven't they? They've just put in great drive after great drive.
And reliably so as well. It's been a strong and, solid performance all the way through. And then the most cherished prize of all, Sir Alan's...
Handsome Award.
It might as well be. Your Safe Driver Award, Alan. And it's still Renee Earhart on 0.0156. That's very small. That's very small.
Yes,
I'm going to go out there and say
Renee it's extraordinary. But look at Greg as well.
I know. Fast
and James. And and Simon. They're all very parsimonious with their incident points.
I think the stats are a bit broken though, because it says that David Ayres is in fifth.
Yes, I've just seen David's name there. That's great to see as well. It's very on a 1970.
Yeah. That might be the I don't know. That might be a year that he was
birthday, isn't it? Is that
possibly.
where he was born?
Maybe 1970. Surely that's 1950. Anyway, Right, back to the live screen, if I can find the right button. There we go, look at that, seamless.
Seamless.
How long have we got left? Just 30 seconds. This is a heat race, folks, so it will boot people out. Oh, we've got more drivers now. What did I say, 31? We've got 33 now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Chris Dixon, Paul Hurley, and James Holman have just joined the session. Late, perfect, but very, very welcome.
Yes, perfect timing.
Yeah.
In time for quali.
Yeah, we're going to have a ride round with somebody when it comes to actual qualifying. So you can see this circuit in all its resplendent... I've lost my train of thought. All its resplendence. I'll change that for a better word, Alan. I shall change it for a better word.
Yes. Well, it's a nice day. It's sunny. We've got a nice blue sky, and we've got the grass at its emerald glory. So this is the heart of the English countryside, after all.
It is, yeah, the heart of Cheshire here, and having a wonderful time as we pile out of the pits. Oh Christ, I've lost my cameras. Oh, there we go.
Those cars.
Yeah, here we go. All trying to get some sort of advantage leaving the pit lane. And there is one. You know, you get a bit of clear track ahead of you, and you've got more of an opportunity to do something good, I guess. So
I tend to go towards the back because that's where I'm going to end up anyway. So it's everybody's left and go off round the back. Yeah. Try and grab a bit of toe off somebody who's at the end there, and grab a bit of toe and hang on as long as possible to that. And yeah.
Well, that's a good tactic for the likes of you and I. It works differently for the super fast drivers. They want to get into the toe of another super fast driver. I don't think Andreas is going to manage it doing that.
That's no hope.
Oh dear, good stuff. Right, where's James Holman? He is on track, and he's about to turn his first laps this evening.
It was very tight to that curve. Goodness me.
It was perfect around that curve.
Yes.
Michael
Absolutely
Hall.
Right on it, tight as a drum. Beautiful.
Yeah. I had some other drivers wanting to join while I was languishing on holiday, Alan, and I had to turn them down because this series is currently oversubscribed.
Goodness me, Pete.
So we are...
Well, congratulations to Backfire.
Yeah, thanks. And we're going to welcome them next season. And I can't remember who they were now. It was a full team as well. It wasn't anything...
Wow, it's amazing.
DM585.
I'm thrilled, but it's all down to the drivers.
Yeah.
Fantastic, authentically, genuinely careful and sensible driving while being lightning quick.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to find out who it was, and I've lost my train of DMs. I've had several hundred DMs in my time away. Okay, so yes, we have 33 drivers, I think it was, or 34, I can't remember, on track, all turning their laps. Who would you like to jump on board with, Alan? Who's going to show us the track?
We're going to go with Pete. We've got Pete there.
Pete. Right, let's jump on board with Pete then. Where's cockpit? Right, so here we go. We're on the back straight here, coming up and over hilltop. And down no chicane at Foster's here, so we're going to come down here straight through Knickerbrook, which is this right-hander. This is super fast in this version, and I think some people might get caught out if they don't do enough practice, Alan.
Yes, if you're used to one of the other versions a lot, and this isn't the one we use all that often, you do need to learn this one so that, well, you don't want to be using the brakes in the wrong places.
No, definitely not. So we've just come through Druids there. Heading down under Warwick Bridge and then into Lodge, which is quite a tricky corner. Second gear in nearly every car on the service, and then fire it up and over Deer Leap here, over the start-finish line, which is not straight at all. It's a total bend in the world. Into Old Hull Corner, you want to keep it on the inside. That was wide there, very wide actually, from Michael Hall, who we were on board with. Let's go with... Who was that passing us? Was that Pete Newman? I bet it was. Where's Pete Newman gone? Where's he gone? There he is. So on board with Pete Newman, we've been through another corner there, Cascades, and we're on Lakeside now, heading down here towards Island. This is Island Bend here. It's sometimes a hairpin on other versions of this circuit. This is an easy one to wash out to the right and hit that tyre wall. And this is Shell Oil is what they call this corner these days. It used to be International Horseshoe or something like that. And then firing it down here again, usually a chicane right here, not there on this version of the track, and up and over Hilltop. Once again heading down towards Foster's and Hislops, which are the chicanes on your right as you pass right now, dropping down through the gears again to second, maybe third he'll hold it. Oh, this car, he's held it in fourth. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, brave.
Yeah, very brave. And then round through Clay Hill, which is this sequence of turns, and into Druids. Third gear, hold it on the inside there. Don't hit that curb too much because it'll punt you out left, too far left, and get you a slowdown on the left-hand side. And then into into Druids again.
Crikey. He was fast into there.
He was, and he held it, and he pulled it down to the corner, which was brilliant. He's got a good toe in front of him, and I think that is Silas or Stefan, looking at the back of that car from a distance. That's much closer onto the apex of that corner. That's much faster than the previous car we were on board with, which was Michael Hall. Here we go through Cascades. Keep to the inside there. Can take plenty of curb there because you don't want to run too wide on the outside. There is a slowdown out there and a lot of grass. And then down this lakeside straight again. Tip it in here at Island. Lots of curb, very nicely done. Don't run out at all to the right. Stay right in order to cut back to the inside of Shell Oil. And then fire it out of that corner. Get on the gas as soon as you can. And straighten the car up, ready for the straight, Alan.
Even more important than usual now, the hairpin, because the release of the hairpin is essential now. It's normally you go into the chicane, but here you need to get that hairpin released just perfect, otherwise you're going to lose time right up that big hill, and people will come by you.
They will, and probably very quickly as well. So yeah, it's when I was watching practice before you joined me in the booth, Alan, I was watching Carl Hardy racing alongside Jamie Wilson, and it was a good little exchange actually. Both of them seem to have pace tonight. Carl's in 18th at the moment. Where's Jamie? Oh, we've got another joiner, lastminute.com, Luke Jones for Ignium. Welcome to Luke. Where is Jamie Wilson? Wilson. Oh, he's just behind him, literally and figuratively. Oh, and that's not good. That's a sideways bit of driving.
Oh,
we're not doing that championship today, Jamie. We don't go to Tokyo for a while.
Back under control very nicely.
Yeah, it was actually. Good save. I'd have been in the wall. Carl Hardy up over the rise at Dare Leap. Over the line. Has he managed to improve on this lap? And the answer, I think, is a no. So he's going to have to regroup and go again. They've got 15 minutes in this qualifying session. Then they will face a 20-minute race where no pit stop is required. They're on 30% fuel. That's more than enough. And then in the next race that follows it, after a 5-minute short intermission, they will race for 40 minutes in a feature race that really does require a pit stop unless you're extraordinarily good at fuel saving, and some of these guys are. And this is a track where you can fuel save, Alan. There's a lot of long coasting corners here where you can be off the gas for great periods of time, and I think that might play to their favour.
Well, we've also got a very full grid, which gives you plenty of bumpers to hang on to, doesn't it?
Yes, there's plenty of people to follow the lines through, get the toe from.
Get a nice toe, that really saves you a bit of juice. Yep. Somebody's sucking along behind, and that's these cars don't do it as much as they used to, but they still do it.
Yeah. It's very much a speed circuit, this version of this circuit.
Yeah, changes its character quite a bit. Just that one thing.
It's wildly different. There's a few tracks like Brands Hatch. That's got some real wild versions of it. From the Indy circuit to the Grand Prix circuit, you can get more different than that. One's basically an oval.
Yes.
This one's got a few more interesting features involved in it. And you almost feel like you're driving somewhere else on different versions of this circuit. I find it a remarkable place.
Yeah, it is great. It's got challenges, challenges. There's difficult cascades, there's difficult, there's lots of tricky places where you can just get it wrong and it's easy to lose time. Just getting the wheel out of place, just getting sent sideways there. It really is, it can be very tricky and I'm looking forward to how these guys do around here. It's going to be exciting.
It is, yeah. It's going to be a good one.
Well, it's very close circuit, and with so many cars on so close times, we're going to see plenty side by side, aren't we?
Yeah, what's this boy doing here? Chris Young, look at his time, Alan.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's not warmed up yet either.
It's just back out of the pits, in between, amongst rather his own teammate. I don't know who that was behind him, but out again for another go. But he's already second in qualifying. So
Yes.
he's a pro-am driver. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's certainly flying his flag right at the top, isn't he? Goodness me. Greg, look out.
I know, yeah.
Eager young pro-am.
And this is quite enriching. Stephen Walker, in the Veloster that he's, he admits himself he's not as fast in this as he is in the Honda. But he's third at the moment, provisionally, with some time to play with yet. There's still 5 whole minutes to go in this qualifying session, but he is in third place, our current reigning champion of this series.
Yes, Alex is in fourth. No surprise to see that. David in fifth, but Miguel in sixth, which is a bit of a surprise. I would have top 3 for the normally, you think.
Yeah.
So interesting. Not that there's a lot in the time.
No, there's not, is there? There's what's that? Hang on. 1 second separates how many people? Where is it?
23.
So, yeah, 23 drivers. What the hell? That's just remarkable. Well done to everybody on track.
Yeah. That's cracking
I
driving,
don't think I've ever
guys.
seen that many in that window. Have you?
Well,
Maybe we have. I don't know.
I don't think we have quite. I think we stopped. I think we were probably 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think we've lurched into the 20s before.
No, and here's David Johansson currently in 5th provisionally, with Jay Corley, who doesn't seem to qualify well but does well in races, who's just in front of him there, giving David a tow. JM Gomez just rocketed up the standings into 7th. I think he was languishing down in 19th a minute ago or something like that. He flew past my line of sight as Carl Hardy goes a little bit faster but doesn't move in the standings. Simon Trendle not doing too much, Alan.
No, wouldn't expect to see Simon down there.
No.
Perhaps he's having an off day, or who knows? Perhaps he's just not tuned in yet.
Yeah. Constantino Marino, folks, will start from pit lane. He's not contributed to qualifying, even though he could. He just needs to park it in pit lane on the start. So well done to him for acknowledging that incident penalty. Tom Woodcock's just rocketed up the standings. What's going on here, Alan? There's something weird going on where pro-ams are suddenly faster than the pros.
Well,
I mean, I'm not going to argue with it because it's going to make a brilliant race, but
hey, it's fantastic. Look at it.
I know.
It's a lot of green escapees racing up the top.
But I don't see like someone in front of him giving him a tow. There's nobody in front of him. So where's that time come from?
I think he probably drove really quickly.
Scientific assessments of racing, folks, brought to you by Sir Alan of Toon. Oh, Greg Daffron's gone even faster. Sorry, Monsieur Daffron has gone even faster. 1:33.5. He's not quite. He's 2/10 off his practice time. So there are still some times on this track, Alan. I think this has got time to change with 2 minutes to go.
Well, I suppose it depends how whereabouts people are on the track, but certainly everybody will be aiming to do a fast last lap, and they're all very time aware. These are pro bunch of drivers, they're not going to just be pootling around. They'll be all aware exactly how much time they've got on the clock.
They'll all be very aware because you can't finish at the end of your qualifying lap if it's going to be outside the 15 minutes where you cross the line. So basically, if you're not on a lap time right now, you're not on a lap at all. As Tom Woodcock has just gone top, Alan. Oh, what is going on? What is going on?
Purple lap.
Oh my word! Right, okay. Who else? Who else is still on one? Greg is still on one, and he's not going to be happy about that. I wouldn't have thought. He was top in practice. He's not going to be top in quali unless he pulls something right out of the bag, and he's heading down here under Warwick Bridge now. In order to
doesn't realise. Maybe he does. Maybe he's got a call from somebody, but
yeah.
He probably doesn't realise he's got no time to do anything about it, has he?
No, but that's going to upset the RD Simsport party because... Oh, he's done it! He's done it! That's remarkable.
Fantastic.
By a whopping 0.01 of a second. And Miguel's gone on to the third.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That's more... Yes, that feels more like what in the nick of time. You got to say,
I know.
Miguel, you talk about cutting it fine, mate.
Holy hell!
Wow.
Tom Woodcock there, 4,000 I rating in amongst the 7s and the 8,000s.
Fantastic.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and it was. It's not like he just did one freak fast lap.
No,
he was well up there and consistently quick.
He really was. Right, let's have a look at what that's done on the standings in a second. Let me find.
It's an exciting grid.
Yeah, look at this. We're right. That's 25th, Alan, and there's 34 places, and he's going to be uphill starting.
Well round the corner.
Yeah, I don't know what that does to your start. Right, I'm going to extend the grid. Time. There we go. And
oh my word, they're going to be down. They're going down cascades before this lot reach the line.
It's crazy. Right, so Greg Daffron, Monsieur Daffron. Will lead us away in first place with a fantastic qualifying time, and he had to do it because Tom Woodcock is on second place on the front row with him. Miguel Freitas on the second row in third. Chris Young next to him in fourth. What a fantastic qualifying that is. Yeah. Remarkable.
I don't think we've ever seen two in the top four.
No.
I really don't think we have that outstanding. Worth mentioning.
Yeah. James Holman in 5th, Stephen Walker 6th, 7th will be Alex Sablano-Ledo, David Johansson in 8th, 9th will be James Gomez, Alberto Ciccolini in 10th, 11th will be Tony Walker, Renee Earhart will go off 12th, 13th will be Pete Newman, Callum Brandt off 14th, Andreas Gilman off 15th, Michael Hall off 16th, Jake Hawley off 17th, Dimar Hoos off 18th, 19th will be Stefan, Rob Sutherland, the first of our M-Class drivers, 20th, 21st will be Pete Van Gool, PVG. Simon Trendle down in 22nd. I'm a bit surprised by that, Alan. Carl Hardy, 23rd. Demis Tigchlar, 24th. 25th will be Carl Hardy. No, it won't. 25th will be Daniel Lewis. I can't read my own screen. Euro Larkinen will go off 26th. 27th will be Jamie Wilson. Welcome back. Deck Crowther, 28th. 29th, Silas Goebel. Fee will go off 30th, Chris will go off 31st, Paul Hurley off 32nd, Constantino Marino will do a pit lane start. That means that Luke Jones will be the last car on the grid and at the back of the queue this time. Right, let's go and find somebody to look at the front of. Hopefully nobody's flashing their lights. Oh, Chris Dixon, what are you doing? Why are you flashing your lights? Right, okay. Oh, that's quite a good camera. I like that one. We're going to go with this.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, we're going to focus.
Swoopy.
Yeah, swoopy. I like that. There was a song called Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys. I like that song. Right, here we go, folks. Lights coming on when they go out. We are racing here at Oulton Park in Cheshire. Miguel didn't get away very well, but Greg Daffron certainly did. Oh, actually, Miguel did get away okay in the end. It just looked like he didn't. He's into second place already, Alan.
Yes. Hot start, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Chris
Young.
Young.
He did the time. I don't think he's going to throw it away. He'll be very anxious to keep hold of that position because that's a fantastic place for him to be when you consider this grid.
Yeah,
it's just patch of quality.
It is. Greg, Chris Young. Oh, no, Chris, get back on the track. No, 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 no. Turn left. No.
So easy to do.
Yeah.
So easy to do.
Handled it
Oh,
well.
got that under control very well.
Yeah, very nice.
And well done to everybody else. They got their wits about them.
Yeah. No
That happens a lot around there,
concerns.
especially with the cold tyres.
Yeah, a bit of dust in the air, but nobody has crashed, I don't think. Simon Trendle in the pits.
Don't even think it.
Simon Trendle is in the pits, and I don't know
What?
why.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
dear.
why. Rob Sutherland. Oh dear, 2x2 going into Knickerbrook there. That's a Code Brown moment every time.
Yes, breathtaking stuff.
Cutting Corny fans, here's Deep Mart in the thick of battle.
Oh,
no!
a hairy business going around there like that.
Oh, no!
Two. Ag
Indeed. Ag and the wall for Deep Marhoos, sadly. That was just losing control. Oh!
Yeah.
There's a bit of...
It's another classic place to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, bit of intimacy going over the line here with Chris Young and Renee. Renee seeing wisdom there.
We're going to see somebody going off at Cascades this time, because I've seen all the other favourite spots where I go off regularly. Cascades is another one.
I'm sure a few of these corners have got a plaque on it saying Pete crashed here, but there's lots of tracks like that. Oh, Carl Hardy in the pits. What?
Oh, no.
And he's got a broken rear suspension. That's obvious. He's crabbing down there. Simon Trundle's in there as well. You just can't see him because my camera work is terrible.
It's the weight of pies in the back.
Yeah, it must be. All right. We've got a bit of gap between everybody, so I'm going to go and find out what happened to Simon first. Where's Simon? Simon. No indication as to why Simon is in the pits at all. Carl Hardy. Here's what happened to Carl. Oh, sugar.
Oh.
That was nearly a different word. Right, let's have a look at what happened before that. I'm guessing. Oh, there's Simon's. Right, let's have a look at this.
Oh, that's a bit of Carl there sitting on that verge.
So we're watching Carl there, just behind Simon. So I think this is the reason that Simon's exited. Right, Carl gets a little tank. Oh, right, okay, ouch. Right, so that was a racing incident with someone coming across the front of Carl's car there and breaking it.
A bit of Simon's car there, is it?
That is a lot of Simon's car there on the floor, actually. I think that's most of Simon's car on the floor. I think that's why he had to reset. So that explains both of our pit lane visitors so far, Alan.
Yes. Steptoe's going to be around there with his horse and cart.
He's going to need more than a horse and cart. He's going to need a fleet.
Oh dear. I was hoping they were just going to tap out a few minor abrasions.
No, I think that takes more than a bit of tea-cut. Miguel Freitas has done the fastest lap of the race so far on the last lap and is setting off after the Frenchman.
Yes, and he looks hungry, and he's got a bit of a reputation for winning these short races, is Miguel.
Yeah,
so he can have a kip in the longer races, I think.
Absolutely. He's a veteran of these now. I will have a big shout out to Tom Woodcock, who's held his own here.
Yeah, he's doing fantastically well. Yeah. Well, it doesn't surprise me because that time wasn't an accident.
No,
he's been in before.
He had nobody in front of him when he did that lap time in quali. That was all on his own merit, so well done. Yes. I think that name is synonymous with this area of the world. Right, let's have a look at the next pack.
Oh, more purple laps by Greg. Goodness me.
Oh, has Greg done it, has he? Yes, yeah. But he was only 1.5 tenths faster than Miguel, so Miguel's still in it.
Oh, goodness me, yes.
Right, what's Luke Jones doing?
Seconds. Not quite a comfortable gap yet.
No, Am class battle, is it? No, Pro Am and Am. So that's Luke Jones making his way through. And that behind is Constantino Marino, who's had a pit lane start, so he's doing all right. He's up 4 places and plenty to go at.
Yes. Well, he's obviously got the pace for the people at that end of the race, and should enjoy itself, because this is a great place to come and try and overtake a few cars. But of course, with the long, fast layout that we've got, it's not as easy.
No. My other screen has a different program running on it, and it says there are 19 cars for first place.
Right.
I thought that was hilarious. Oh, dear.
Well, the gaps are very small, Pete.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, you can see it on the track map there. It's just one big snake.
It's very exciting. And I imagine it's fairly tense when you're in one of these cars going around there as quickly as this.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room for error.
We're going to have to watch this, because this is... look away, Cutting Corny fans. You're going to see something you don't want to see. A little bit of adjustment from both cars. That seems to be okay. A car goes off left.
Oh!
Hopefully. They exchanged words in the sim, because that was someone losing control on the right hand side there and coming across and spearing Dietmar.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Very
indeed.
unfortunate, yeah, very.
Not nice viewing.
No. Oh, and David Johansen down the inside of Alex.
Oh,
and look at that. Who's that trying to sneak
going
through?
on there, isn't it?
Yeah. Alex not happy
Well,
about that. Alex, get it. It's on the right there somewhere,
look.
son. Yeah, well done, well done. Oh dear, whoa, rally driving.
Matey.
He's nearly got it. Oh, it's like a buckaroo. Flashing. Yeah, you can flash your lights for that one. That's fine. So that was Alberto Sigolini that gave Alex the old buckaroo heave ho.
Well, John, that was exciting.
It was, wasn't it?
His little Otto would beat him 19 to the dozen.
I know, yeah.
But he got hold of the car, and that was a sustained fight with the turf.
Do I swing or do I sway? That was what was going on in that cockpit.
Fantastic.
Let me...
Oh, these ADX cars, look at this.
I know.
Queuing up.
Let's have a look at that again, because... should we run it from this one? Yeah, let's run it from this one. So there's a little ding there.
David's gone round on the inside.
Alex came across a little bit, comes across a bit more. There's the car inside didn't need to move. He's done a good job there. Oh dear. Left a bit, right a bit. Oh, there's more grass. Found more grass.
Yes.
Oh, tarmac. Oh, this feels so good. There we go. That's what that looks like.
That second bit where his back end came around, that would have been a brown trouser moment.
Yes, it would. Yeah. We buy only the brown underpants in BSTV. Right, here we go. Andreas Gilman in the middle of the hottest pack of all of them at the minute.
These guys are pushing on.
Yeah.
They really are pushing on. The cars are pretty close to the limit here.
Yeah.
Considering how little room they've got.
Yeah.
They're not holding back.
Marco Nemela says that was a safe entry back to track. Yep. And Jen Chiller says that was a huge save. It really was. That was mega. And in several stages, Alan.
Yes, it probably went on for about 20 minutes.
He's done a whole lap of the track on the grass. Right. Andreas Gilman's got the tractor beams out on a Cutting Corny TCR car of René Earhart. So Cutting Corny fans, get your voodoo dolls out now.
Oh, goodness me. That's very cosy. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, and Greg has just posted yet another fastest lap of the race, but he's not dropping Miguel. Miguel is staying with him. They've done nearly identical lap times. It's hot at the front. It really is. Let's go to Tom Woodcock.
Yeah, well, Tom's doing a great job. He's just come into a second, lost a second. On Miguel now. He's starting to stretch a little bit.
I think the toe was helping him a lot at one point.
Yes, well, it does. It does. He was making very good use of it. He's a smart driver.
Yeah.
Clearly a very smart driver, experienced, and he was making the best use of everything that he could. And all credit to him, because he's doing a fantastic drive, no matter what. He's holding these guys up there, it is, but he's absolutely driving correctly.
Yeah, I love the Blade Designs paint scheme, as James Holman.
Fantastic, isn't it?
It's just
it's
gorgeous, brilliant. Yeah.
Makes me think of the 60s comic strips that I used to read.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes, there were a lot of naked ladies in those days.
Oh, send me some, will you? Need some of that. So,
I'm just about to beg to differ, but I'll say nothing.
oh, it's a bit wide. I don't think you get a slowdown out there, so I think you just get a
Ooh.
1x.
Lots of grass flying.
James Holman looking to size him up for an overtake, but he's just not able to.
No, he's doing everything right.
Yeah.
He's just putting his car in the right place, and this is a tight circuit. If you're gonna, you've got to manufacture a pass around here, really.
Yeah.
When you've got somebody who's so quick in front of you, he's not. There's no difference in the times, is there? It's so, what, a few tenths at the most.
Two different lines into Cascades there. One a bit more wide and made the entry flatter, so Tom got away. James tighter to the corner, so the more optimal route generally, but didn't have the speed down the straight, so he lost out. And then gets it all under braking. Look at that! Wow! And the concertina effect, will it stretch out again or not? I don't think it will. James was way better on the brakes into that corner. Yeah, he stayed with him. Wobbly. Miguel has shaved a whole load of time out of Greg at the front there. So the Frenchman's been caught.
Yeah. It's less than half a second.
Yeah. We're going to stay with James just for a little bit longer before we go to another camera.
Yes, well, you can see he's on the edge of his seat. He's right on, he's not holding anything back here. He's absolutely on the limit of his ability here.
Yeah, we're going to
keeping hold of this place. It's a fantastic bit of driving by him.
You can see in the background.
You can see how the pressure is in.
Yes.
He's really getting a lot of pressure from behind, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Look at this rabble. This rabble's just rife. This is like 10 cars deep, 12 cars deep actually, maybe more.
Oh, look at this!
Nose to
Goodness
tail.
me!
8 minutes to go. This is wild.
Wow.
Andreas having a real good long stare still at the back of Renee's car. Renee's doing a great job of staying ahead.
Wow, the gaps are so tiny, aren't they, Pete? There's nothing between these guys. You need a couple of tenths to get by somebody. I don't think there's a couple of tenths between the first 10.
No, I mean, there's...
Look at them. They just fight together, cheek by jowl.
This is a massive train of cars. It starts at Tony Walker, who was just stepping out to have a look around the side of somebody there. And then it ends at Jake. No, it doesn't. It ends at Stefan, who's like right the way. I'm clicking on the wrong screen. Right the way here. It's a huge train of cars. Something's gonna shake itself loose here at some point. So the reason that
they're doing so well, aren't they?
Tony's broken the toe from Chris Young behind him.
This has been an amazing bit of driving by these chaps.
Yeah. I think Tony
There's
Walker.
been so little in this incident.
Yeah, is Tony Walker missing a rear bumper? No, he's not. No, it's okay. I thought he was.
Could have been weight saving.
Could have been. And then Greg has now responded and has pulled out another quarter of a second, but Miguel just did the fastest lap of the race. A 1:33.45.
Well, it's pretty much gritted teeth battle.
James Holman. Oh, sorry, go on.
Nothing's being held back there.
No.
It's not like any of them skirting around this. Miguel is doing his damnedest to catch Greg, and Greg is doing his damnedest not to let him. It doesn't get any more exciting and tense than that.
Definitely not. And we got James Holman dropped a massive amount of time from the back of Tom Woodcock a minute ago into the jaws of Stephen Walker. Which
yes, a good half second suicide in this pack.
Yeah, you're totally right. That's where I was going with that. Yeah.
Goodness. Look at that. Half a second dictates whether you're comfortable or whether you're in deep poo.
Right.
It's a scary old business.
It is.
That's a great camera, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah.
Brum, brum.
We're chasing Alex Lado down over Hilltop towards Knickerbrook.
iRacing, folks. That's what it feels like when you're in that car.
Yeah. And that corner's so sketchy, for me anyway. Sometimes I go in there and everything grips up and I feel imperious, like I can't do anything wrong. And then one lap later, history. Absolute history. It really is one of the most nail-biting corners on any track, and it looks nothing. But you tip into it and you get somebody rolls a set of dice next to you. And depending on the result of the dice is what you get going through the corner. That's what it feels like to me. Which position?
Lots of deceiving corners, isn't there?
Yeah, which position is Dietmar in? I'm getting asked on the chat. Dietmar, where are you? Dietmar is in 33rd at the moment. He had that coming. He got speared earlier on.
Yeah.
With a loss of control from somebody else. It's Tony Walker has just been. He must have got a slow down. He doesn't normally go that slowly. I think that's turn 1, Old Hole Corner. He'll have picked that up. He's had to let Alex Sablano-Lado go, but he doesn't have to let anybody else go through. So the car we're on board with, which is Chris Young for RD Simsport 3, has to sit tight as we go into the final 3 minutes shortly of this race. It's been high drama all the way through. Constantino Marino is making his way through here from the back.
Oh, that's exciting stuff. Side by side through there.
Oh, that's a squeeze. Oh, that was feet getting lapped.
It's been a fantastic racing.
Oh, he's done
the
it.
whole thing
He's
has been very exciting.
Yeah, nice overtake. Really solid work there from Constantino. Oh dear! Oh, that's going to be Andreas into the wall, is it? No, he's managed to recover that.
Oh,
wow,
well done, matey.
Yeah, that was a shoulder charge.
Well done indeed.
You can see everybody's getting fighty in this massive train here. Pull it straight, Renee. Oh, 3 wide up the hill.
Oh, 3 wide.
My God. Oh, blood pressure pills, Alan. Where are they?
Be careful going round here.
Dear word.
Ooh,
Oh, that's super wide.
Oh.
You may get a slowdown out there. That is in a different racetrack, that. Lots of flashing lights.
Lots of flashing lights.
Yeah. Jay Corley at the back, probably giggling all the way through it because he's watching it all happen. And then Stefan at the back of that little group.
Oh, goodness.
Big group. This is the group I was saying earlier. Had 12 cars in it. Where's Fat Boy, says David Ayres. Why is David Ayres not racing? Fat Boy. Where
he
is
was doing
Carl?
Okay.
No.
He had to go in the pits.
He did, right at the start. He's way down in 31st.
Yeah, he qualified nicely. And then was involved in a kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Sadly, David.
So, at the very, very front here, where the drama isn't at the moment, Miguel has sliced that gap down quite a lot. He's now within 4/10. Behind him, James Holman has done nothing yet with Tom Woodcock. Tom's doing a great job of keeping him behind. But they've now got Stephen Walker properly for company.
Oh,
excuse me. Then a bit of a gap to David Johansson. Oh, there's the white flag flying. Right, I didn't expect that one on this lap. I expected it on the next one.
No, I thought we were going to get another one.
Yeah,
but no, we hadn't.
No.
So.
And then there's this just mass of cars, all duking it out for really good points. That's what they're scrapping over. That's why they're so intense with it. Lots matters here. David has been poorly for the last
we get to the sharp end of things. It all counts.
Yeah, David.
There's a piece of wood on stake.
Yeah. People want to get their hands on my wood, and it's a coveted prize. Not everybody gets to do that. David Ayres says he's been poorly for the last couple of weeks. His head's not in it at present. Oh dear, that's not good. Is it because me and Alan weren't in the booth for a week? I mean, I can understand that.
Mate.
Yeah. Right. So, right at the very pointy end are these two, Greg and Miguel. You can see the 3 chasing behind. Tom's keeping them all nice and clean. He must be in sweaty pants mode, Alan, because I know I would be.
Well, what a drive he's putting in.
Yeah. Renee still right in the middle of this massive brawl of cars. James Holman's getting racy now. Oh, he was getting racy. Not anymore. He's now under pressure as all eyes turn to Greg.
Yes, he's pick up the checkered flag, and well done to him because He's kept Miguel Freitas behind him for a considerable while, and that is no easy feat.
No, it's not. That's a fantastic effort. Right, here comes the start
Brilliant
of this.
driving, brilliant driving. The
Oh,
whole race was absolutely
oh,
sensational.
look at that! My God, there was 3 cars within a breath.
Yeah,
Oh,
not surprised to be honest.
Jay Corley was one of them. Renee,
Goodness
Michael,
me.
and
Come
Pete
on,
Van Gool.
guys, bring it home.
Oh, blimey, crikey, boys
What a race.
and girls.
Come on.
That's Chris
Yeah,
Dixon.
finished.
Nearly
Garner's
around.
still in the pits.
Uh,
Dietmar, 32nd lap, but
yeah.
looks like he's brought the car home. Poor
Dietmar.
Carl, 31st, struggled there.
He did. He had a bit of a rough ride at the
Paul
start.
early as well down there
Yeah.
in 30th.
So a few drivers with a bit of a rough ride, Alan. Some with an absolutely resplendent ride. It's a tale of two ends of the field, I think, definitely on this one.
Yes, but more resplendence than rough by far in that little exciting gem of a race. That was the fury and the power unleashed there. They were going for it large, and yes, very exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely brilliant race, that one, I have to say. Right, that's the end of our first race this evening. Let me show you how that ended, folks. Maybe. Oh, that's not the right end of the field, is it? Hang on, give me a minute.
Try going backwards.
There we go. We're at the start now. It's fine. Just pretend that never happened, folks. Welcome to BSTV. Greg Daffron, the Frenchman, won our first of tonight's races, on the penultimate race week of this season for RD Simsport, and by nearly half a second in the end, Alan. He pulled out a bit of a lead in the end. That was good.
Yeah, I think it was very comfortable for him and very well driven.
Yeah, too right. Miguel Freitas came home in second place there for Impulse Racing. That'll do his championship hopes the world of good. Greg's got a few points on him there, though. Not too many, but a few. Let's see how that works out.
Certainly cut down any potential damage, hasn't he, by clinging to him like that and finishing second.
Yeah.
That's a damn good result for Miguel, as well as it's good for Greg as well. Good for the championship.
Yeah, and then the complete fly in the ointment, I'm sure he'll forgive me for saying that, because he's separated the top two there from James Holman, who is right in the fight for the championship. Tom Woodcock, top Pro-Am car tonight, for Blade Designs TART. That is some kind of driving, that, isn't it, Alan? That's excellent work.
No, that's fantastic.
Do you think he
can
lives
be
at
very
Oulton
proud of
Park?
himself. I don't know if he's does this kind of thing very often, but he's impressed the heck out of me that time, that's for sure. That was a fine drive by him.
Yeah, really, really good.
Against as good as it gets. There isn't, these are as good as it gets, these guys in an MX-5. There aren't any better drivers than these.
No.
As good as you can get, and he's right there among some of the top drivers on iRacing, and well done to him.
I know. I don't know whether he's a resident of Oulton Park or not, or has driven it in real life or whatever. But that's exceptional. James Holman finished fourth there for RD Simsport. Stephen Walker, current reigning champion of this series, in fifth for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Who's chatting? Pete Van Gool has given the Devil's Horns on the chat. David Johansson finished sixth there in a hotly contested race for Sim Racing Grid. Alberto Sigolini, seventh for ADX Esports JCB with his teammate JM Gomez in eighth place. Ninth was Pete Newman for Result X Pure Sims, and Alex Sevillano Lado in 10th there for Hydro Race Racing Forces. He will think, Alan, that he was deserving of better after getting lifted out of that position.
Well, he did have a fine excursion, but he kept it on the track, and a top 10 finish in that race is fantastic.
Yeah.
I really think that, they were absolutely pedal to the metal the whole time.
Yeah. If
Put it home, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. If driver of the meeting was to be decided on this race, Alan, I don't know what I'd do. I'm so glad we've got another race to separate them out, because there's just really good performances all the way through. Chris Young, second Pro-Am driver for RD Simsport 3 there. A good result. Maybe he will be thinking
Yeah.
he should have done better because he started on the second row. He got muscled out really at the start of that race, and people came charging past. Andreas Gilman, 12th for Impulse Racing, with Tony Walker filling out the last of the podium slots for the Pro-Am class in 13th there. Callum Brandt 14th. Oh, sorry.
You've got to be good to get a podium, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, you know, look who's sat behind him there. Pete Van Gool and Rene Earhart behind him. You know, crazy. Callum Brandt, 14th for RD Simsport 3 with Pete Van Gool. PVG in 15th for Result Clothing iRacing Team. He must have had a blast because he was in every battle I saw. Michael Hall, 16th for Result X Pure Sims. Rene Earhart, 17th for Cutting Corny TCR Team. And Jay Corley there made up a few places through that race, and in 18th place was his finish. 19th was Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports at the back of that crazy train that we were watching. 20th sees the first of our AM class drivers across the line. Rob Sutherland for RD Simsport 2. Fantastic work from you again. And then Constantino Marino sets himself up for a good feature race in 21st there after a pit lane start for ADX JCB. Demis Ticcilar finished 22nd for Hydra Race Racing Forces ahead of his teammate Jura Larkinen in 23rd. 24th was Jamie Wilson. Good, strong performance there for Team Chimera. Daniel Lewis, second in class for AM in 25th there for Blade Designs SRL. And again, leads his teammate Deck Crowther over the line in 26th. Silas 27th for VTS Esports. Luke Jones 28th for Ignium. 29th was Chris Dixon for Workguard. Cal Hardy was 30th for Result. I'm going to have to do this quickly. Paul Hurley 31st. Dietmar Hoos 32nd. Fiona was in 33rd, and 34th was Simon Trendle. As we go to grid again. All ready, Alan?
Yes.
I just
Really got to take a breath, Pete. Take a breath.
Gonna have to make a longer intermission. That doesn't sound right, does it? Right. We'll get through this pretty quickly then. PVG finished 15th in the first race, so he starts pole in the second race. And Callum Brandt joins him on the front row there. Tony Walker starts third, and I've got one grid to the next. Andreas Gilman 4th. 5th will be Chris Young. Alex Salano 6th. 7th will be Pete Newman. James Gomez will go off 8th. 9th will be Alberto Schigolini. David Johansson goes off 10th. Stephen Walker off 11th. James Holman off 12th. 13th will be Tom Woodcock. Miguel Freitas off 14th. Greg Daffron will go off 15th, such as his punishment for winning the first one. Michael Hall goes off 16th. 17th will be Rene Earhart. Jay Corley off 18th. 19th will be Stefan. Rob Sutherland will go off 20th. 21st will be Constantino Marino. Demis Ticcilar will go off 22nd. Jura Larkinen will go off 23rd. 24th will be Jamie Wilson. 25th will be Daniel Lewis. Deck Crowther 26th. 27th will be Silas. You can hear Alan laughing at me in the background. Luke Jones goes off 28th. 29th will be Chris Dixon. 30th will be the Fat Man. 31st will be Paul Hurley. Dietmar will go off 32nd. Fee will go off 33rd. And Simon Trendle will bring up the rear of the field. He has joined the grid, which is good. Everybody lined up in colour order there, Alan, at the end.
Yeah. Well, Simon has got his work cut out. This is going to be exciting for him. Keep an eye on him.
It's going to be exciting for us, for certain. Where's that camera that I used before?
That.
There we go.
Goodness me.
Go for that.
What a sight that is, isn't it?
That's good. That's a rubbish
Crikey,
camera.
well done. That was a pile of reading out you had to do there, mate. You did great.
Shocking. Right, so Cutting Corny on the chart. Donut on the chart. Hey, Jenny and Corny. Lots of Cutting Corny fans.
The lights are up.
Oh, they are. Sorry. And we are racing. Yeah, here we go. Cameras on Tony Walker. Oh, who was that?
Good starts required. We want smooth starts by everybody.
Yeah, Miguel.
Early entanglements.
Miguel already door to... Oh, it's Andreas. Sorry, Andreas door to door, or was. There we go. Down the hill here. Towards Cascades. Tipping into Cascades now. Car on the outside.
The top 10, the first 10 drivers. There's some real class in there, and there's an awful lot of class just behind them who we wanted to try to get through to the front.
Yeah, definitely. We're watching where the most of the action is at the minute. Dust in the
Oh,
background. Car off track.
please,
Stefan.
please don't try 4 wides, chaps.
Stefan's gone into the wall.
Oh, grown.
Yeah, Groan, Ack. Demis has gone to the wall as well, I understand. Demis not having a great day.
No. Oh, he had a hard first race. We don't need to get another one.
No. Everybody through Knickerbrook now. As they leap like gazelles through that corner. That's busy back here, look. My word. Silas Goebel, Carl Hardy, Chris Dixon, Jamie Wilson. Oh no, that's Simon Trendle. Sorry, yes, because he's on a mega recovery drive.
Yes, well, it's working already. He's already got 5 places.
7.
Yeah,
7.
Yeah, it's going more.
Unbelievable.
As we speak.
Oh!
As we speak.
Here we go. That was just behind Stephen Walker and J.M. Gomez going at it. Callum Brandt got the fastest lap of the race and gets lead lap points. Well done, Callum. Oh, that's sideways. Oh, that's very sideways. There's a bit of intimacy.
They really tried hard not to, but when you're so close...
Oh!
Oh!
Has he caught it? Has JM caught it?
Yes.
Yes, right,
Yes.
okay. Oh, careful, Kev, that's your teammate. That's your teammate.
Careful,
Oh, my God.
That was...
Right. I'm going to have to do laundry, Alan. I'm just going to go and do laundry. Yeah. Oh, where's everybody going?
Oh, no, he's taking the wide line.
Jay's going for the shortest line round the corner.
Oh, my word. He went through the cornfield.
He went through all the fields. Not sure what was in the plan there. But...
Well, it looks like we've survived. I hope his suspension's intact.
Well, I think it is, along with a 1 hour slowdown for the biggest cutting corner ever.
I think he's probably got. It was probably ticked down while he was still circulating sideways.
Yeah.
Well, there was nothing slowing him down now.
I know what he did there. I've done it before on a different track. It's stay on the grass, Pete, because if you join the track now, you're going to cause chaos. And then you try and turn the car to join the really, really sharp hairpin turn. And you're like, Christ, this car isn't turning at all. And then you're on the track causing chaos. So, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Many T-shirts, all signed.
Very exciting.
Exciting. I can think of a few other superlatives for that. Oh, and Alex Sevillano later's gone to the pits. Oh, he's coming out of the pits.
He's come out of the pits.
No, he's not.
Sure
that was Demis coming out of the pits.
Yes.
That confused me no end, that.
Well, they're very similar vehicles.
Yeah.
You might have noticed.
Silas and Jamie going at it. This is what the battle I thought I was going to see before, and it wasn't. It was Simon. Where is Simon? Simon's just up the road from Jamie. That's the car in the distance there. There he is.
Yeah, he's flying at the moment.
Yeah.
He's made some powerful early advances.
Where did Jay Corley end up? Oh, he's at the front of this queue. Right, okay. So he's got a big gap ahead of him now.
Yes, well, you know, the top 3, top 4, top 5 unchanged, top 6 unchanged. They're flying around, and God, he and Tom, the Tony are just look at it. They're sitting there hanging on. 3 laps and counting.
They're doing well. We're going to go to the front now and watch what's going on with that. Callum Brandt holding on just about first place, gets himself yet another lead lap point. Well, he'll have had his 3, his allocation of 3. Tom Woodcock gets the fastest lap of the race, midfield in 15th.
Goodness me. He's flying tonight, the lad. Goodness me.
He knows what he's doing on this track. Hopefully he comes in for a chat.
Fantastic drive by him, and that's serious pace, and with so much traffic out there, it's very hard to throw in a really fast one.
Tony Walker, great overtake at Ireland. That was lovely done.
Oh, sweet.
That was like a nut. Oh, too wide here. Alberto Sigolini, Chris Young going down and up over hilltop, just the slightest of touches. A bit of a flashy lighty moment there from Callum. One change of direction from Alberto and back to the line. That's fine. And now sets off after Andreas just ahead.
Yes.
So making his way through the field very quickly, Alberto Sigolini. Nicely done again. Oh, that was Callum Brandt off the racing circuit there, as Tony Walker gives him serious pressure. They both come flying round Old Hull. Yeah, Old Hull. No, Lodge. And now he's lost his toe to the car in front there. David Johansson in this massive
probably still
train.
got it, but there's there's the car length appeared, which is taking a little bit of the pressure out of the situation. It's probably just as well that we've got a couple of yards so it to calm down.
Absolutely.
It's very exciting stuff, intense out there.
Yeah, this is a train of cars from 1st to 17th, Alan. This is a 17-car train. Oh, look at it. It goes on forever.
Awesome. It's awesome.
It's brilliant.
And they're all absolutely eyeballs out.
Yeah. So 1 second covers... Alright, so 1 second covers the first 4. But the first 17 cars within 5 seconds of each other. Or 5 seconds of the lead, I should say.
Yes, looks like the lead. Look at that. Look at that. Well, that's a
beautiful
fairly
sight.
confident train, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there they are, and they're one absolutely consistent lumber cars. Look at that. It's a snake. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful.
Right, where is Simon Trendle? He is up 12 places. Certainly no fuel saving this evening. He is absolutely nailing it to the floor.
Oh, it's probably fuel saving as well.
Yeah, he probably is. Yeah. Alberto Sigolini with the fastest lap of the race, but Callum Brandt is still the top posted car and keeping other people away from earning lead lap points.
Oh. Who's coming up?
Oh, that's why from Europe. Yeah.
Oh.
Gifted a place to Simon.
Free gift for Simon.
Simon doesn't need that.
And now he's chasing Carl.
Yeah, and Carl
Come on, Skipper.
Carl's already up 10 places. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Oh dear. Oh,
keep the other chaps.
Bit of bashy smashy there.
Okay. It's just a bit intimate.
Yeah, Michael Hall not happy about that. We'll have to review that if it gets any more tasty. As Tom Woodcock bolts himself to the right hand side of the track, goes back to the racing line, which he can do. That's one move off, one back. Oh, that's touch. That was a little tiny nudge, enough to put him onto the grass.
Ooh, well held.
Very well held. It was the tiniest of touches, but placed in such a way that that might happen. Right, at the very front.
Yes, there's no room between them, is there?
No. I think Callum is benefiting from the fact that Tony now has mirrors full of Pete Van Gool, and now Alberto Sigolini is on the scene. Yeah.
Yes, and Andreas as well.
And Andreas, yeah.
Quietly dangerous. Chris is doing very well still again.
Chris Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bolted onto these guys. He's there, look. That's Andreas' car in front. We're going to join Andreas now. See if he can do anything with these top guys.
Place in front of David Johansson, and that takes some doing.
Yeah.
Because David's a bonny overtaker. Give him a chance, he will snap past you in the blink of an eye.
He really will. I don't think he's that far off Chris Young either. No, not really. A few car lengths, maybe. And there's more going on back here. Oh, this is looking a bit tasty. Too wide going down the hill. a bit of bumping and bashing.
And do they resolve it before suicide corner?
Yeah. Oh, dear me. That was Greg and Stephen Walker door to door the whole way down that straight. And they managed to kind of sort it out. I think there was some alimony required in that one, Alan.
At least there wasn't any acrimony.
Yes.
Everybody's doing a particularly brilliant job tonight. We've seen some incredible saves because there's inevitable contact. This is close and intense. There's going to be contact.
Yeah.
It's TCR racing. So we're seeing contacts, but we're seeing some great saves by these drivers. Some real skillful car handling to get out of the poo.
Yeah. At the minute, the 17 cars is now reduced to 16 cars in this fight for first place.
Oh, Stephen's starting to look busy.
Stephen's looking like he wants to be very much ahead of Greg.
That's a big ask these days.
I know. Especially when you got Pete Newman and Miguel behind you.
I think he keeps winning races.
I know. Here he is on the outside of Alex Savalano-Ledo. He's got a long side now. Not sure what's going to happen at this corner. This is Alex's corner in theory. Yeah, Greg's backed off it. He's going to cut back and see if he can stay on this side of the car through Clay. And then into Druids, which is the right-hander coming up. He's going to have this. That's a lovely worked-out set of corners, that, Alan.
Yeah, it's beautifully done.
He's not done yet, though.
They're still at it.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving it an inch, and there's no need. There's room around there to do that, and yes.
Oh, this is going to end badly for someone. And I think it's ended badly for Alex. Oh, he has ended terribly for Alex. Very congested. Ooh, well, that was his own teammate.
Go on, mate. Where's your bumper gone, lad?
He's run off down the road to go and get it, I think. I think he's saying something to somebody on the chat, I would assume, since he's still sat there. He's not that far from pit lane entry, so he just needs to get on with it.
Hopefully his car's okay.
Yeah, that's created a gap.
At least.
Yeah. Let's see if he's moving. No, he's not.
No, this is not looking good.
He's reset the car.
Oh dear.
Right, let's have another look at that. That was all kinds of. Where's it gone? Right, let's have a look. Is this it? Yeah, I'm assuming it is. Unless that. Oh no, that's way back. Hang on. This is it. Apologies. So 2x2x2. There's 3 cars, 3 pairs of cars, 2 wide. Gets on the inside there. Gets a nudge, a shove, and then the front end taken off by Tom, I think, maybe. And then just there.
Well,
I don't know. There's racing incidents. The thing that's shouting at me at the minute.
Yeah, I don't see anything in there. Just a lot of cars very close together.
Yeah.
With momentum.
Meanwhile, RD Simsport 3 are well represented here by Callum Brandt at the front of the field with Tony Walker chasing still and Alberto Sigonini now in the top 3. They've got tiniest of gaps.
He's got past Pete. He's just got past Pete. Andreas is still in 5th.
Yeah.
And Chris is still in 6th. So they're holding 5. He still manages to keep David behind him. So that's. Look at the line of Chris's. Look at those people behind Chris. Those professionals. What are professional names? And he's hanging on there. Great, doing a real proper job.
Right.
Yes, and Pete's doing a fantastic drive as well tonight.
He's staying there. Yeah, he's going to be loving that, I'm sure.
A lot of pressure on, and yeah, he will be absolutely loving it. He does love this racing.
Let's look at this overtake, which is starting to wind up now. It's Alberto on the right and Tony on the left as we go into Knickerbrook. And, we might be able to monopolise on the car that we're on board with. Pete Van Gool might get Tony doing this.
Well, they've been neck and neck battling it. Tony
no. That's
no.
vicious. Right, okay.
Oh, groan.
Grown, yes.
That wasn't nice.
My screen says
Okay.
Pete Van Gool went off track. That's an understatement of the century. So he's trying to get the move done here. On the right-hand side. Right, okay. So that was Andreas nudging into Tony, which nudged into... Yeah.
Well, that was just
Ag.
really unlucky.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate, Pete. Very unfortunate.
Multiple visitors to pit road now, Alan.
Well, hopefully they've just come in for petrol rather than massive repairs.
Yeah, I think they're all scheduled stops, with the exception probably of Pete Van Gool, wherever he's ended up. Where is he? Pete Van Gool. Oh, he's reset to the pits.
Yes. He had to reset, I think so.
Oh, look at this.
It's the big toe, the grand toe in, which
Yeah.
if you don't know, people, you have to wait and get towed, and they always go the long way round, sadly.
They go through several villages when I need towing. I don't know what's going on with that, but whoever controls the truck towing my cars just doesn't seem to know where they're going at all. Miguel Freitas is the car chasing this pair, which is Greg and Andreas. Andreas can do his teammate the world of good here by slowing Greg down. He won't do because they're all very professional in the Impulse team. And Greg's through on him.
Yeah.
He will have done what he could. Yeah. Right, David Johansson now has a sniff of a podium. And he can taste it.
Well, Tony's not going to give it to him.
No, he's not.
It's not going to be a gift because Tony's an absolute scrapper these days.
He's already shown how strong he can race. In previous races this season, he's done very well. And he's doing it again now. Marco Namela, I am going to poke you in the eye. He says, the tow truck is faster than me. This is just shocking. Super fun stuff today, says Alex Savlano Ledo. At least I didn't put more than 40 minutes practicing, so I can't be that annoyed. I just reworded his sentence.
Yeah. It was very exciting racing, Alex, and it wasn't fun seeing you spinning around and all that.
No, but high drama. We can say that we got our money's worth. This is after the pit stops, these three, you know. This is Tom Woodcock with Constantino Marino and Michael Hall. And Constantino's having a go at this. And this could work for him. He's got lots of track to play with. He's already alongside before he's got to Hilltop. And over the top he goes, dragging Tom Woodcock behind him with him, or he was for a while, through Knickerbrook. He's already done the job.
Oh,
Michael Hall seemed to slow right up before that corner, and I think Tom Woodcock's been properly caught out there. He's managed to control that nicely through Clay Hill, and Tom has got the position.
Can you put the pit stoppers up for us?
Oh, yeah, sorry. David Johansson just got through on Tony.
Oh, well, yes, a largely unstoppable force.
Yes. He is very, very quick, David Johansson, I have to say.
He's great at overtaking. He reminds me of Stephen a lot. He's got that burst of speed. Spencer does it as well. That amazing burst of half a car length out of nowhere.
Yeah.
A cat leap. Just comes out of nowhere. And, yeah.
That gives Callum Brandt 3 seconds worth of... No, it doesn't. It gives Alberto Sigolini a 3-second gap over David Johansson. Sorry. I read my screen wrong. So Callum's...
Well, yeah, he's got, what, 3/4 of a second?
Yeah, and he's been our only leader.
Yes. I think he's going to get caught.
Well, Alberto is... Yeah. I've just looked at the times. Yes, he's going to get caught, yeah. Alberto Sigolini is chewing up chunks of his lead now and spitting it out at the side of the road, Alan. He's gone to the pits.
He's gone to the pits.
And that's a nice pit stop, down to
there
speed.
you
Lovely.
go. Yeah. That's probably smart of him.
Yeah,
He
this
was
could.
tucked behind there, and this could pay him if we
Yeah,
can get out some clean air.
this could be Alberto's race. Looking at the field, there's him and David Johansson, possibly Miguel. I'm trying to see anybody else that could float to the surface of this one. As Alberto rejoins the track. I'm only showing
Miguel off it.
Miguel is. Yeah, he's maybe a bit off it actually.
What's his lap times looking? I'm
see,
just wondering what the lap times are.
You can't trust him. He's doing a 1:33.83 last lap, which is very, very fast. But I think he's been harbouring a whole load of fuel saving, so I think his pit stop's going to be quick. But he is up here with the super fast, so.
Yes, well, that's what I'm thinking. He's there and thereabouts.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Something to watch, and yeah, where's Simon? Simon's in the top 10 now. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks Sambuzen, who's finally
That's a hell of a drive by him. Drive right through the field.
Oh yeah, too right. 25 places Simon Trendle is up. Thanks to Sambuzen for getting 999 on the side of Miguel Freitas' car. There was a glitch in one of our systems, so that's sorted now.
I thought you wanted an ambulance or something.
Yeah. Well, if anybody was driving the ambulance that I was in, I'd want it to be Miguel Freitas, to be fair, because I'd know I'd get to the hospital in time.
Yep. And you'd have a smile on your face while you were going there, because he would cheer you up.
Yeah.
He always puts a smile on my face. He puts a smile on my face when he's racing. He puts a smile on my face when he's in here talking to us. Terribly smiley chap all round.
Yep. Very much.
Come on,
so.
Simon. This is Mr. Corley, and is showing a lot of interest.
He is, yeah. I think
I don't think he wants to get dropped.
Well, Simon's already put a move on Jay Corley and done the job.
Yeah.
Now I think
he's trying to hang on, and I don't blame him.
No, me neither. Alex on the chat saying he's had a rough ride when he's got in the top 5 this season, and Daniel Mills agreeing with him. Yeah, it's tough at the top at the moment. There's a lot of very fast drivers, all wanting to gain positions, as is their right to do. It's not always been a clean job done, but hopefully where the protests have come through, the race officials have reacted to that on the protest system.
It's looking like it's working well.
Yeah,
it
I think
seems
so.
to. I hope so. It's something we're very proud of.
Yeah, let's have a look at Simon Trendle's pit stop time. That was a lovely pit lane entry, I have to say. Early pit box.
Which star at doing that.
Yeah, early pit box does help most of the time.
Oh, ooh.
Early or last box is the best ones, because you know exactly where they are. And away he goes.
Put me in one near the toilets, Pete.
Is that by personal request, is it? Right, so everybody down to 10th place. Sorry, everybody down to 10th place has not yet pitted. Everybody else is done. We're watching Pete Newman at the moment, who's getting a lot of attention from Chris Young.
Well, they like to race, so they'll be enjoying that.
Yes, they will. Callum Brandt is still your race leader for RD Simsport 3, folks. He's got himself quite a tidy lead at the minute, obviously with pit stops taking effect, and he's going to pits now. I don't know whether that means that David Johansson will also go. No, but Miguel has done.
Yes.
Does he get down to speed? Yes. Tony Walker's definitely down to speed.
Stephen's gone in as well.
Oh, yeah. And JM
Oh,
Gomez.
no, he hasn't. Steve hasn't. He's stayed out.
No, yeah. So only 2 going further.
Oh.
And Jake Hawley's entered the pits as well.
Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it?
Oh,
This.
and Deck Crowther. Right, okay.
It's like the remainder.
It
So,
is.
yeah, I thought Stephen was going to go in, but he didn't. And him and David have stayed out. So they've got some clear track in front of them, and they're both eminently quick drivers. I wonder if they could do something with it. They'll be trying very hard, that's for sure.
Well, David will have seen the opportunity to gain a lead lap point, so that's what he's done. Stephen Walker, 3 seconds behind the current race leader. You can kind of describe this one as provisional in that
He's hanging it all out.
he is. He's really going for it at the minute, Stephen Walker. Leaving nothing to the sides of the road, right on the white lines, and a little bit more.
Everybody should be glad he's not in his Civic.
Yeah. Oh, Greg Daffron has just put in the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, well done, Greg.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily surprise me, since he was first on the grid in the first race, qualified fastest
Yeah.
this evening.
And dragging.
There's kudos attached to that, and he keeps doing it.
Yeah, but look who's behind him. Miguel Freitas. So this one's going to come to a head. The 2 cars in front are Alberto Sigolini and Callum Brandt. I fear that when Stephen and David Johansson exit this pit lane now, they're going to come out just behind that group of 4 leading cars.
There they go. There they go.
And they're going to have a big fight on here.
Come
There
on,
he
chaps.
is, right on the
There
back
we
of
go.
him.
Right into it. And
Like-
Stephen right behind
Yeah.
Mr. Holman. Look at that.
So this is going to
So,
be
here we go.
a dramatic end to this race. We've got 13 minutes to go.
He's popped out in front of Chris, which is probably a good thing for him.
Where did Simon Trendle end up? He ended up in 17th, up 17 places from his start position, just ahead of, well, a little way ahead of now, Carl Hardy. On track, there's a couple of lap cars in between.
He's still going well. Is Carl?
We're all paired up at the front here. Callum and Alberto, almost as they were before they pitted. Greg and Miguel, just as they were before they left the first race. They're back together yet again. David is separated now from James, and behind James, I'm pretty sure Chris Young has just got a position off Stephen Walker. I just double check my
Yes,
statement.
he has. Stephen was in front of him.
Let's have a look at what happened. Stephen's going to have lost this, I think.
Yeah, he's pushing on.
Oh, a slow down. Maybe. I don't know.
Must have been. Don't know, actually.
Almost like
Yeah,
he
he
let.
must have.
Yeah, it must have been because
Must have been a slow down.
completely let him go.
Yeah.
Where's live running? I've lost my buttons. There we go. Right.
So that wouldn't have been welcome for Stephen.
No, not at all.
Chris will be delighted to have got past him. And yeah, I wonder if Stephen can get by you again, because he's going to have his work cut out. But he's just a magic. He's a magician overtaker, so nothing's beyond him, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Tom Woodcock, just behind Tony Walker here.
Tony Walker, yeah, the 2 T's today.
I know. T for 2.
Yeah, indeed, and both absolutely driving out their skins. This is a gritty, determined racing, Pete, isn't it? Look at this.
I know. They're all on the very ragged edge. Oh, that's a car way
Oh.
offline. That's Constantino Marino. Manages to not hit anything.
Well done, mate.
Gonna
well
have to
done
rejoin.
indeed. Good save.
Yeah, good save. Decent rejoin.
10 minutes to go, folks.
Oh, here we go. This is it now. Alberto has lit the wick, and he's basically pushing Callum Brandt down the road. Now Callum's got friends. Oh, that's a naughty nudge, I think. Right, we're gonna have to. Where's he gone? There he is. So Callum's back on the racing circuit. We'll look at that again in a second. But that did look like a naughty nudge from Alberto. That's on first view, of course, folks. We're going to have another look at that now. Now that that's calmed down somewhat. Let's have a look, Alan. So, Alberto looks left. Gets down the inside. A bit of a wriggle from Callum's car. I think the wriggle was enough.
Yes, there wasn't much in it, was there?
No.
Yeah, again, we've had an awful lot of these just slight contacts, but of course they take you onto the grass.
Yeah, let's have a look.
We're fortunate there aren't any walls.
Oh, I think that's on the second view. That's Callum wriggling in the middle of the corner. What are your thoughts?
I don't think there's anything in it. Yeah, I don't think there's. You can't describe anything there. I didn't see anything that was naughty.
Look again. We go into the corner. Alberto, he's not alongside yet, but he is now, and that's wriggle. He's already on the edge of the red rumble strip, so there's not much more track that he can go to.
I don't know. That was tough. I think they were both running out of room. It looked to me.
Yeah. Right, so the three at the front is now Alberto, Greg, and Miguel. They average about 7.5k in I rating across these three.
Yeah,
Eye-watering.
you don't want to look in your mirror and see any of this lot behind you, do you?
No. Miguel has recently clearly dipped his head down below cloud 9 out of the 8,000s, down to 7,949.
Well, he's a fantastic driver.
He really is. David Johansson now getting fresh here with James Holman in front of him. Callum managed to recover.
And Greg are just really fantastic drivers as well. Yeah. We're fortunate to have a lot of them.
A bit of a tap there.
Alan's doing an absolute job and a half.
Yeah, he's kept it. He's in fourth still. David Johansson's doing some bashing and getting bashed a bit. Oh, that's a bit of a nudge.
Keep it calm, chaps. Please. It's intense and it's very hard to get by.
It is.
So it's putting pressure on people to maybe not go on the brake slightly early enough and all kinds of just little things. And it's because everybody's trying to push so hard. It just leads to error. Everybody's on the edge.
Yeah. Flashing lights from Chris Young, which I don't agree with. As we all know.
Not dark.
No, it's not dark. You're absolutely right. Here we go. This is on now. This is for the lead. Alberto can't have less of a lead than that. That's what 0 looks like. And look at Miguel's.
Yeah, that's right. Miguel's looking to snap up any crumbs that fall from the table, isn't he?
Yeah. I think it's going to be more than crumbs that fall. I think it's going to be entire
Well, it's going to be automobiles, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. High drama at this one.
Yes, and plenty of time still. It's still 5 minutes. Yeah, and this is largely unresolved, as far as I can see. Chris Young is still in 7th place. He's doing absolute fantastic drive.
What's going on here? Callum Brandt pit road. Has he got a penalty? He's got. I think he's got a drive through.
Drive through.
Yeah. So he's hit 15 incident points. Must have done, and he's back out.
Yeah, drive through. There is a danger of that here, of course.
Yeah, lots of off tracks around this
Especially
one.
with the especially with the kind of close quarters driving we've been having.
Mm.
It's not difficult to pile up the X's.
No, it
It's
isn't.
not. You get two if you just get a slight contact with the chap in front, for instance.
Yeah, David Johansson, what's going on with you? Oh dear. Right,
Oh,
okay, let's have a quick look at that because we can't really look away from the top three for very long because it's all on now. That is, who is that behind him? Is it Chris Young? Chris Young. Chris Young dives down the inside. That's not a great move at all.
no, that was a dive.
That was a send, wasn't it?
Indeed, it was.
So,
That's a bit unfortunate.
yeah. Not the,
Very excited racer, and perhaps a slight misjudgment there.
yeah, I think an overexcited racer on that particular occasion.
Yes, well, yes, but yeah, it's at the end, coming to the end of a very arduous and exciting race. I mean, everybody's tired, and
Yeah.
concentration starts to get under pressure.
Yeah. Alex lacks sympathy, shall we say, for David in that one on the chat.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's much in these things. You know, I haven't seen anything outrageous all evening. I've seen a few things that are
No, that was the worst of the
slightly
ones
off
I've
colour.
seen, I think.
Yeah, it's mildly off colour, but nothing really egregious.
No, we don't necessarily see all the tactical nudges that sometimes happen, but
No. No, and there's bugger all we can do about it anyway.
well, true enough. Yeah, we just turn up and get entertained, Alan, and drink.
Yeah. Well, the drivers look after themselves in that regard.
Yeah, they'll have a discussion about that later, I'm sure, and sort themselves out. Meanwhile, Alberto, that's his one move off the racing line, which he's used to a good effect. A bit rocky on the
We've
out.
seen, Pete, we've seen drivers doing pit lane starts
Yeah.
to comply with the decisions, the disciplinary decisions of the league, and that's all down to goodwill on their part, goodwill between the drivers that they're prepared to do these things. So
Yes, absolutely.
that says good things about all the drivers.
It does. Right, we are heading to the dying depths
Yes.
rather of this race. This is the white flag now. I'm pretty sure. Didn't see it just then, but I'm sure it was out there. Last lap.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes to go. So I would say you probably did see Barney.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen? Are we going to be getting dives on the last lap? If there are, let's hope they're successful and not suicidal.
Yeah. Alberto still staying ahead of Greg at the moment. Greg great on the brakes as Fee gets up the track and out the way. Nicely done, Fee. And then these three set off up and over Hilltop again. That'll have disturbed all three of them in equal measure, getting past just one back marker. Alberto to the inside to break the toe, get off the racing line, get back to the racing line, and then round through Knickerbrook. I don't see a challenge coming. Oh,
I don't think there's anywhere we can get by unless he hashes the last corner. It could hash one of the corners up to the straight.
Yeah, this is Pete Newman and JM Gomez side by side. JM's got that one done. We need to go back to this.
Danger coming down there. You can hash this and this. So they're not home free yet.
Right then, the drag to the line.
There, well, they'll have the flag now, won't they?
Are they going to get over the line? They're going again.
They're going again.
They're going again with 3 seconds to spare. So anybody light on fuel is going to suffer. And these three are together. Oh, Miguel got a big lift off that bumper rumble strip.
That would have made him sit up, that's for sure. Oh, onto the grass. Well, Miguel's definitely trying to get a place here.
Yes, he is. This is really
This
good
is
racing.
it's exciting, isn't it?
It's great. Can't ask for better than this.
Goodness. Oh my word. It's fantastic. So he's get out of the way.
He'll have been hoping for laser beams, but all he got was headlights. Is that Silas? I think it. Oh, it's Stefan.
Get out of the way. Yeah, smart move, Stefan. These weren't stopping, that's for sure.
No. And look at James Holman. He's catching this group of three. They're slowing each other up with all the, getting off the racing line and stuff. A couple more laps and he'd have been on this. As Alberto manages to get across the line in first, but only just.
What a race.
Fantastic work.
What a race, guys. Goodness me.
Look at this. Look at this.
Awesome racing.
Oh, that was close.
Well done, everyone. Goodness me. Oh.
All still pouring over the line.
Yeah, well, it will be for a while yet, I think. We're only halfway there.
Jay Corley obviously enjoyed himself.
Yeah. Fantastic racing, chaps.
On deck crowd.
Congratulations.
You're a bit hot into Lodge on the last lap and over the line in 25th. Paul Hurley still getting some attention here from Silas. Both doing great drives.
Yes. Yeah, well, I imagine they've had quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would think so. That was some race, Alan. Some incidents along the way. Nothing that I saw that was particularly naughty, apart from the dive that we saw. And now my brain's decided it doesn't want to remember who that was. I know it was David Johansson on the receiving end of it.
Yes.
But yeah, Alberto has done a great job there of bringing that victory home, placing his car in the right places at the right times, keeping Greg and Miguel behind him. Yes,
that's very, very difficult to do. Congratulations to Alberto, because that's fine win. That's a victory where you've really had to work hard for it. There's no easy wins today.
No, definitely not.
Fantastic racing. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? And everybody was on the edge. You could see how hard they were trying. There will be some very sweaty drivers, and probably some who were glad to see that checkered flag.
I would think so. Yeah, I'm just going to try and find the results from the first of tonight's races. Where's this? Where am I up to here? That's there. So that's there. That means that should be there and here. It's just
that was Greg, wasn't it?
Yeah. Greg won the first one with Miguel in second and Tom Woodcock in third.
Yes, Tom, outstanding.
Yeah, what did he do in the second one? Tom Woodcock.
Well, he brought it home in 15th.
15th, right? Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, good driving. Chris is right up there in 5th for the Pro-Ams, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And then I'll remind everybody and us now, Alan, that the last race of this season is going to be at Mount Panorama, Bathurst, this time next week, and it's going to be an endurance race to finish the season. March the 5th, endurance race ends, and then everybody gets to battle it out for one of these wonderful trophies. And it's the one there, deep in the distance, in the blurriness, third furthest back, the season 19 trophy. The other two have been won along the route by Spencer got one. No, Sam got one, or is it Stephen got both? Stephen got both, didn't he? That's right. He's got
a fine collection of wood now.
He really does. That'll burn for weeks. Look how big it is. Yes. Right, let's go back.
Well, I think he's moved in. He's hollowed one out and moved in with his family.
That's a funny one. I've not thought of that one. That's good. I like it. Right, where are we up to? So, in the second of tonight's races, your finishing order, folks. Alberto Sigolini finished first, top of the pile. Race win for him for ADX Esports JCB. Greg Daffron in second for RD Simsport. And then Miguel Freitas in third for Impulse Racing. He's done his championship hopes no harm whatsoever, Alan.
No, fantastic driving, but Albert, the fastest JCB I've ever seen.
Yeah, that digger thing. Didn't even see it. James Holman finished fourth for RD Simsport. And Chris Young gets the Pro-Am podium place in fifth there for RD Simsport 3 with a great drive. What did they
Outstanding,
do?
I think. Outstanding to stick a car there from the Pro-Ams. Yeah. Really, on tonight. Fantastic. Well done, Chris.
He was 11th and second in class in the first race. So he's had a very, very solid night. Stephen Walker finished 6th for Hydro Race Racing Forces with James Gomez 7th for ADX JCB. Pete Newman finished in 8th for Result X Pure Sims with Andreas Gilman in 9th for Impulse. David Johansson 10th after that incident for Sim Racing Grid. Tony Walker finished 2nd in class. And Rene Earhart 3rd in class in 12th place for Cutting Corny TCR team. A better result for Rene in that race. He was a bit further down the order in the first one. Michael Hall finished in 13th for Result X Pure Sims with Callum Brandt 14th. He led the race for such a long time. And then Tony Walker finished in Tom Woodcock. Good God, what is wrong with my eyesight? Tom Woodcock finished 15th for Blade Designs TART with Simon Trendle in 16th. For Team Chimera, Constantino Marino finished in 17th for ADX JCB. Cal Hardy was 18th for Result Clothing iRacing team. 19th was Jay Corley for Result X Pure Sims. Deck Crowther 20th for Blade Designs SRL. Jamie Wilson 21st for Team Chimera. Daniel Lewis was 22nd and the first of the AM class cars over the line. Odd not to see Rob Sutherland's name there, isn't it, sometimes, these days, for Blade Designs SRL. So well done to Daniel.
Yeah, well done to Dan.
Yeah. Luke Jones, 23rd for Ignium. Dietmar Hoos, 24th for Cutting Corny TCR team with Euro Larkinen in 25th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. And PVG, Pete Van Gool, 26th for Result Clothing iRacing team. Rob Sutherland, 2nd in class, 27th on track for RD Simsport 2. Paul Hurley, 28th on track. And 3rd in class in AM class for Blade Designs, just an average sim racer. 29th was Silas Goebel for VTS Esports ahead of Stefan Goebel in 30th also for VTS Esports. Fee finished in 31st place for Workguard. Demis Tigchar finished in 32nd for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Chris Dixon 33rd for Workguard, and then Alex Savillano Lado after a crash reasonably early on, 34th tonight. But with us in the chat, and seemed like he had a good race until he didn't. All in all, I thought that was a very entertaining night's racing at Oulton. It never ceases to bore us, does it, Alan? It's
no, it's a fantastic circuit.
Yeah, it's.
I love it in my MX-5. It's there's a bit more room in the MX-5. It's very tight with the TCRs. That few extra inches they take up on the track makes a real difference when it comes to going side by side through the corners, as we've seen. It gets very intimate out there, and but because of that, and because the nature of the place, you just get superb racing, superb close racing, and we saw them sticking like glue.
Yeah, it was close all the way through the field, and in both races, we had a huge pack racing for really high positions for quite a long time. There was a few people getting lead lap points right at the start and retaining them in both races. It's been very, very well driven from multiple drivers. I'm going to start us off on the chats. Right, where am I up to? Let's bring in. There we go. Right. Sorry, I'm just getting used to the buttons again. It feels like I've been away for weeks. when I haven't. Now we shall welcome to the booth, Alan, the most Frenchman ever, Monsieur Daffron. Good evening.
Ah,
Yeah,
Monsieur
hello.
Gavron.
Frenchman from the heart of England.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to live there, you know.
Voulez-vous?
So, did you take a long time to get a work permit for the UK or not?
Yeah, I mean, luckily as a professional sim racer, it was quite easy.
Oh, okay, that's brilliant. Right, okay.
Fantastic.
I wish.
So mega fast in practice. Well, equally as fast as Miguel. I think you shared the same time to the almost to the thousandth of a second.
It was to the 1,000th.
Oh, was
yeah.
it?
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was to
God.
the 1,000th. Yeah.
Shocking.
Fantastic.
Absolutely inseparable.
We've seen it before, but I don't think
Yeah.
we've seen it actually finish that way.
No, not
We've
finished
seen them.
right to the number. No.
No, but we've seen it before where the people have been the same and then it's moved. So yeah, that was fantastic.
I think that's the first time it's happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, really tight, wasn't it? Fantastic.
I think it's a
Very
talent.
exciting.
Yeah.
We've had an exciting evening, Greg. You can probably imagine.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it back. It's such a chaotic track. It's
Oh goodness, yeah.
You've won if you've survived. You've won.
That's a great statement, actually. If
That's
you survive,
that
you
just
won.
about sums it up.
Yeah.
Actually, that's perfect. Now
That's-
we're looking for someone to take my chair.
Yeah, that's perfect way to describe it. I mean,
It'd be a real shame to take you off the track, unfortunately.
yeah, that's not happening. Not anytime soon. I mean, I've got to salute you managing to get exactly to the 1,000th of the second, the same as Miguel. I mean, you know, you've got to take your hat off to that. You must have practiced doing that many times in order to be so accurate. First race, you stayed ahead, did a flag to flag victory, but Miguel ran you right to the flag, didn't he?
Yeah, you're not going to drive away from Miguel, are you? Especially if he's in your slipstream.
No.
So, but I felt confident starting on pole. I knew that if I just kept it clean, drove my lines, that no one would be able to pass because it's such a difficult track. So I just had to keep it cool. The car was good, setup was good, so I brought it home.
Yeah. And then race 2 comes along deep into well, it's not the middle of the field, it's the forward third of the field.
It used to be in the middle of the field.
used to be
it's
the
not,
middle of
it's
the field.
third of the way down.
Yeah. And there was high drama everywhere around you. There was crashes and incidents in front of you, nudges here and there. Some of them possibly tactical. Some of them were just badly calculated. You managed to stay clear of it all. Did you have a tactic going into the race?
Yeah, as I said at the start, survival for the start because it's so tight, and the corners just lend themselves to that kind of chaos at the start.
Yeah.
So you've just got to keep it keen and take the opportunities as they present themselves. That's all you can do.
Yeah, but
and
you were
then-
pretty happy to see yourself at the front of the grid, weren't you? That was
Yeah.
just perfect, isn't it?
And then you end up you find yourself in a group when they're just settled, and then you've got to think, okay, should I fuel save now or do I try and push and pass these guys? It's obviously so hard to pass here, so there was a bit of fuel saving involved before the pit stop, and then flat out from the pit stop to the end. I got lucky with the pit stop that I came out in some clear air, so that really helped, and I jumped a few cars. So to get second in the feature, that's definitely my best feature race from 15th to second. So yeah, first and second as results. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a fantastic drive.
I'd never driven this track in TCR either till this week, so I had to learn it. But it might have helped me because it made me concentrate on the track and learning it.
What do you normally drive then?
I've mainly drove TCR and GT3 since I started racing a couple of years ago. I did all of last season in GT3, but TCR is what I really like. I just stuck to officials really. But yeah, Rob from RD Simsport messaged me like a week before the start of the season and said, "Do you want to join RD?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll give it a go." And he pointed me in this league's direction, and it's been great. It's the level of competition. I've learned so much. It just makes you raise your game. You know, to beat guys like Miguel and James Holman and Sigolini, of course, who won the second race. I could go on and on. You know, the guys in the pro class are so good. You've got to be on it. You've got to, to win a race, you've pretty much got to execute it perfectly. You can't make a mistake. So learning so much from racing these guys is great.
No, that's wonderful to hear, isn't it, Alan?
It is absolutely. It's absolute. It's manna from heaven. That's just what we want to hear somebody say. And because, well, I mean, we're fans first, and we love our league. We love the drivers in it because they're just the top drivers. They behave like gentlemen, and yeah, you gifted us with these fantastic races, and you've just driven the wheels off that car tonight. Bloody fantastic.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Yeah, that was sensational. And Alberto kept you behind him for the last portion of that race anyway. It was, yeah, a very heated discussion. You got right onto the boot lid and gave him a helping hand down one of the straights. And then fell back from him for a little bit and almost into the clutches of Miguel for a time. It was a real seesaw moment, and I think your sponsors need to pay you double because you were on the cameras quite a lot tonight.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know. I look forward to watching it back. It's never fun being in the car in the middle because if I attack Alberto, Miguel will be past me, so it's the hardest job being the one in the middle. You'd rather be in Miguel's spot there and watch the chaos unfold. So I was very conscious of that, and Alberto was defending well, so there's nothing I could do. I wouldn't have passed him without punting him or something silly, which I don't want to do. So
no,
just try and pressure him into a mistake. He didn't make a mistake, so congratulations to him. He deserved the win.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we'll let you go and start your practice for the endurance race on Bathurst this time next week. It was certainly an awe-inspiring sight the last time we visited there last season. So hopefully it'll do the same again. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Just to you guys, with this being the penultimate round, I might not be fortunate enough to make the booth next week. So thank you for the fantastic broadcast commentary and for everybody who helped run and organise the league. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. We hope that we see you in this booth because that'll mean great things have happened for you this time next week and hopefully for the following season as well if you're available. The Frenchman, Monsieur...
Yeah, our favourite Frenchman.
Monsieur
Thanks,
Greg Defrel.
Goodbye.
Cool. Right, who should we
Nice
get
man.
next? Yeah,
And,
very nice man.
Very rapid.
Ridiculously rapid, actually. Into the booth now, we will bring JM Gomez. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. So, second race this evening, you did a 7th place, which was a really strong result. It was busy in that area of the field all night for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough this time. Yeah.
With lots of fast drivers coming through, and it was because of the nature of the track. You have to be quite robust to get an overtake, and they were quite robust with you, as we can see on the replay right now. In the first race, a little more calm, shall we say? You followed Alberto home in the first race in 8th place. It's been a very strong night for ADX JCB.
Yeah, it was good. I can't complain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you have fun though?
Oh yeah. Race 2 was more fun. Like I got taken out. It was okay for me. Yeah, it was just a mistake, but I had a good fun to recover. I think I got to P7, so
Yeah.
lot of fights and stuff.
Oh yeah, you and your ADX teammates were on the cameras quite a lot. One of them we're going to bring in now, so you can help him communicate. Is Mr. Alberto Cigolini. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, hello. Right, where's Alberto?
How are you?
He's speaking English, Alan. He's speaking
Yeah,
English
we're
better than me.
good.
A
You're
little
good,
bit,
my friend.
A little bit. A little bit's probably a lot more than I can do, so well done.
Yeah.
So, in the first race tonight, Alberto, you finished 7th, but the crowning glory on your evening, the pièce de résistance, that's French, that's not Italian at all, was your victory in race 2. How did Alberto approach the race? Did he have a tactic before he started?
Ok, chiede se in gara 2 avevi una tattica per, insomma, per vincerla, insomma, se avevi una strategia.
Digli no, ho solo spinto, ho cercato di spingere al massimo, ma contemporaneamente di fare fuel saving. Ho fatto un buon pit stop e sono riuscito, diciamo, a portarmi a casa la vittoria.
He just said the idea was to push and see what happened, but like at the middle of the race, he started to fuel save and considered like an undercut, and it worked.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
It worked brilliantly. Did Alberto feel like massively under pressure from Greg and from Miguel? Those are two big names. However, I do need to respect the fact that Alberto has a huge eye rating, so he's no stranger. Neither are you, JM, to racing in this kind of company. But did he feel the pressure of that, or was it just another day at the office, as it were?
Dice si è sentita la pressione avere quei due gag.
Digli che l'ho sentita tanto, infatti ho sudato, ho la maglietta bagnata, però mi faccio i complimenti a tutte e due perché hanno fatto sia gara 1 che gara 2 perfetta e sono stati bravi. Ho cercato infatti di mantenere la posizione, però anche Greg è stato molto bravo, è stato bravo, appunto.
Yeah, I said that it was very hard to keep the guys behind. He was like damp at the end of the race. He was sweating so much. He sent a picture on the last cut, and yeah, he was.
No, that's expected. I mean, you know, the amount of effort that these drivers put in, folks, into wrestling these cars around. They've all got force feedback. They're all wrestling the wheel. They're all focused on a screen, you know, 50 centimeters away from their eyeballs or less if you're wearing VR, as Alan will no doubt attest to. This is an effort. This is not playing a game. This is wrestling with an octopus, in the words of Jamie Wilson. It's just an effort. So well done to the pair of you. It's been a very, very successful season for ADX JCB. It's hopefully going to be the first of many seasons that you join us for. And we've got Bathurst as the season finale on an endurance race of 90 minutes next week. Are you both fully prepared for Bathurst and the many twists and turns and concrete walls?
You have to buy the truck, so...
What? Oh my God! JM Gomez, what are you doing?
Oh my!
Yeah, I never raced there, yeah, to be honest.
What?
Never raced.
Oh, you
No,
are in
maybe on
for.
Gran Turismo. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. At least you know like where it turns left and right. Hopefully.
Yes.
What about Alberto? Is he fully prepared for Bathurst?
Sei pronto?
Digli che ho solo fatto endurance con le GT ma mai con le TCR e sarà la prima volta con le TCR, quindi sarà dura.
Oh yeah. They said it's gonna be the first time with the TCR, but he did some races with the GT cars. So
Okay. So not
Yeah.
not as green as you are, JM Gomez. That's pretty brutal. Okay. Anybody you two want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice?
Oh yeah, I think Costantino and Jesus. Costantino had to go early, and Jesus had the issues with his I think dirt drive, so he couldn't do the race.
Oh.
So shout out to our teamites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
nice one.
yeah, good call out.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to you two racing with us and Jesus and Constantino this time next week in that wonderful endurance race on that completely unknown track to JM Gomez of Bathurst. You're going to want to learn that one. Otherwise, the concrete walls just jump right out in front of you. But we look forward to it with relish.
Indeed.
The ADX JCB races of Alberto Sigolini.
Dice aspetta di vederci la prossima volta. Vabbè, adesso saluta. Quindi...
Ok. Saluto tutti e rifaccio i complimenti ancora a Miguel e Greg e faccio i complimenti sia a te che anche a Costantino, che comunque è partito dai pit, è stato bravo. Saluto la mia morosa Paola che almeno mi sopporta ogni volta che mi fa gli
Questo non traduco, va bene?
Dai, va bene.
Ci sentiranno. Ok, I just wanted to do a shout out to his girlfriend and friends. That's it.
All right, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, bravo.
Digli che
bravo.
mi sopporta ogni volta che faccio gli allenamenti, così non mi
Vabbè,
disturba.
quello non
Dai,
lo posso dire, quello non lo possiamo
dai,
dire. Dai.
diglielo.
what's
Ah,
it?
Dai.
What's his girlfriend called? What's his fiance called?
Paola?
Paola.
Paola.
Paula,
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Paula.
Hello, Paola. Does she
No.
watch these things? I don't know. Maybe she does, but we thank
Yeah,
her.
Digli che ci sta guardando, digli che ci
yeah,
sta
he
guardando.
said this, she's watching.
Oh,
And
excellent! Hey, well done. Well, she's not been on the chat.
Right.
Why is she not on the chat? What's going on? Does she not like us? What's that? Does she not like Alan? Everybody likes
No,
Alan.
probably.
oh, I don't know. Maybe she just likes to watch, you know.
Yeah. Well, we love her because she lets him race. Let's face it, that's what happens, right? So it will be a fantastic evening to Alberto
Thank
Sigolini.
you.
I think.
And
And another one
And-
to J.M. Gomez. Good evening.
Okay. Yeah, good evening. Bye, guys. Thank you.
thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
There we go. Right, they are good fun to interview. They are great fun. Right, next one into the interview room will be Miguel Freitas. Good evening.
Ah,
Hello, hello.
Miguel.
Hello. He's
Hello.
back again. He's back again. You can't get him out of this booth, Alan. He's
Right.
always
Back to professional
matey.
broadcasting.
what? Yeah, okay. I've not watched last week's. I've only just got back from Spain. I take it Wobbly did a terrible job, right?
Of course, of
Oh
course.
yes, excellent. Yeah, you're my
do you
favourite
believe-
racer yet again. Yeah.
Do you believe he said I'm only fast because of my hardware?
I can believe those lies from that individual.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, you're back with the professionals now. Don't worry about it. So, a hugely successful evening of racing for you. You're already at the top of the standings. It's looking very, very positive now. You're not completely home and dry. That Bathurst race could make or break the entire thing. But you got a second place and a third place respectively. Greg managed to, I don't know how iRacing managed to split your times in that practice. It gave you identical ones, like literally identical ones. Never seen that before. And then he's managed to out-qualify you by a little tiny bit and keep ahead of you for the whole of race one.
Yeah, from the practice, I feel I've been robbed. I said that I'm first, and he didn't say, but
Yeah.
he got the lead, so that's very unfair. But no,
I agree with you. He
Yeah.
came along second, and there you are, nicked the place, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying. but yeah, on quali, I just had no pace. Just the final lap, I went behind Gomez from ADX, and he completely saved me. He gave me a draft for the full lap,
Oh,
and made me get to third. He's like the real MVP of this week.
right. Okay.
He told me how to do turn 3 because I was getting off tracks every lap, and he told me if you go more outside the track, you don't get the off track, which makes no sense, but it works.
Right. That's bizarre.
So yeah, that saved me because yesterday on officials I was just getting black flagged because I couldn't
Oh,
do that turn.
goodness.
Right. Oh God. Really? Right. Okay.
But yeah, about Greg, I couldn't. He's just too fast on this track. I could keep barely with him on draft, but no way I could make a move on him.
Yes. No, he
yeah.
had great pace, didn't he? He did have great pace, and
Yeah.
very hard to get past when somebody's as quick as that. You were matching each other to the second, weren't you? To the thousandth of a second. So. Fantastic racing, though. Very exciting evening for us. I bet you shattered, aren't you? Because you must have had to work hard.
Yeah, I'm destroyed. Especially on race 2, even I was trying to feel safe and was completely impossible because everyone was so stacked up together. And then I got a little bit of free air and just was pushing hard, get out of the pits and again behind Greg. So yeah, it was a very tiring night.
Yeah. Have you got screen burn in your monitor with Greg's car just burnt into your screen now?
That's very likely.
So, yeah, did you approach race 2 with some sort of tactic you wanted to employ? Was it a fuel saver, or was it just get ahead of Greg if I can?
The main idea was to just use the traffic and try to gain some places. I think I only managed to overtake one person, so
Really?
that didn't go as planned. So then I started saving, and yeah, as soon as people started going to the pits, I think it was when I gained pretty much all of the time. I could finally push and gain some time, and then uh, even though I couldn't really fuel save, I took 1 or 2 liters less than most of other guys, so it helped me a bit as well. So yeah, I pretty much overtook everyone on the pits from
Right.
like P14 to P4 or P5 when I exited.
Yeah.
Yes, no, you had a great jump. It was fantastic because we saw you languishing a bit further down and then wham.
Yeah,
It's
right to
brilliant.
the top.
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
Very good, very good, very entertaining. And we're off to Bathurst this time next week for an endurance race to finish this season. It's going to come down to a reasonable finish. It doesn't have to be a massively spectacular one at Bathurst for you. In order to get your hands on my wood. I don't know why everybody laughs when I say that. It's literally the case. I don't know what's going on here, folks. I think everybody's just rude.
I think it's the possessive pronoun.
Oh, okay. That explains it then. Okay. But yes, you're going to need to turn at least one lap to get some points, if you know what I mean. I know you liked Bathurst the last time you were here, even though Stephen won it. How are you lining it up again?
Yeah, so what I was saying to the guys now on the voice chat, I really like Bathurst, but I don't like it's the last race of the season and the one that will decide it all.
Right.
Because it's one of those tracks that is very easy to just do a silly mistake and end up your race.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that can completely change the points.
Yeah, I can
with
see
that.
where you're coming from with that. It is a place where it can turn victory into ashes. So, yes,
Yeah.
a bit of a warrior for you, but you know,
But
you're a
yeah,
great driver, and you can drive the wheels off any car. So I'm sure you'll do okay. But fingers crossed, we don't want any disasters next week. We want a really another
Yeah.
great race. We've had such a great season, haven't we? It's been
Yeah.
fantastic race after race. We've had such an exciting season, as good as it can possibly be. And yeah, we want to crown a worthy champion at the end of it.
Yeah, it's been crazy. No matter how fast one can be, there is always 5 guys with the exact same pace and a ton more with very close pace. So it has been a crazy season. But yeah, for next week, I think I am the one with the least amount of pressure on because I can just bring it home in a safe place and take the season. But yeah, I really need to keep the focus, and it's an enduro,
Yes.
so it's a bit harder
Yes.
to keep focus. So let's see. I'm optimistic, but carefully optimistic.
No,
Yes.
well done for tonight, and hopefully you can carry that forward into next week. Have you got any shout-outs you want to make? Obviously, Wobbly's not one of them because
Yeah.
it's Wobbly. But anybody else that you would like to shout out to?
Yeah, today the shout out will be for Gomez I already told it, for the help in quali and to help me understand turn 3, and then Greg for being racing very well today. I think he was the fastest on track on both races. And yeah, maybe Holman as well. He was very close, but yeah, with a few cars in between, very hard to overtake. So I gained a few points on him. I hope because of the off tracks, maybe I lost some points. Let's see.
Let's have a little look.
But yeah,
Off tracks. Yeah, there is the potential for that, to be fair. Although there's a lot of people with a lot of off tracks according to my screen, so I think that might net itself out. In that case, we look forward with relish to you on Bathurst this time next week for the end of season finale. An endurance race, folks, don't forget that. It's going to be a good one. You're not going to want to miss it. And you are not going to want to miss the mighty Miguel Freitas, previous champion of this series, ready to take another championship away back to Portugal. Thank you very much for tonight, Miguel. It's been a pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Fantastic.
Absolutely stunning from Miguel Freitas. We had Paula on the chat, Alan. She said, "Hi guys."
Hello.
That's Alberto's missus. She lets him race.
Oh.
And we love her for it, so that's good.
Yes, and yes, it's fitted right in with the league. That team was fitted right in like a hand in a glove.
Yeah, absolutely. They are. Honestly, they're so fast. It's just terrifying how fast they are. Right then, let's have a little look.
I dare say that it takes more than pace to be a good member of this league.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Absolutely right. And somebody who else has lots of pace, and you know him very, very well, Alan. Pete Van Gool, PVG, good evening.
Good evening.
Evening, Peter.
How are you doing?
Well, could have been better though.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, where did you come in the first race? 15th.
15th.
Yeah, just off the Pro-Am podium. But yeah, I saw you in lots and lots of scraps. Some of them are a bit more robust scraps than other ones. Especially in race 2, I think I remember. But you'll talk us through that one in a minute. Race 1, you were in a massive train of cars. In fact, both races you were in a massive train of cars. Second race you were more at the front of it. That must have been terrifically exciting, racing around Oulton Park with this size field in brilliant conditions. That race was set for, I think it was something like 30% chance of rain, and you got none of it. So, yeah, tell us about your race 1 first.
Yeah, race 1 was alright. I did a really nice overtake on, I think it was Rene.
Oh, we saw that. We saw that. We got that one.
On the outside, with a little bit of help of Jay, because he was giving me some draft, and he told me, "Don't make it too easy on him, Pete." So I went for the outside, and then I went just textbook overtake. And from then on, it was kind of a train of cars, really nose to end racing. And we even said within each other, there's just no use kind of pushing it because we just need someone to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And then near the end was catching Michael Hall. He was struggling a bit with grip, he said, and then he finally, I got the 15th position on the line. So yeah, race 1 was good. I was actually hoping for rain because I'm quite skillful in the rain.
Yes, very adept in the rain. Yes, I'm with you.
So I was kind of hoping for rain. On the other hand, for next week, I'm hoping we
no rain. I can't guarantee it. I click that button 3 times, and whatever the weather is that I end up with, that's what you guys get. So expect thunderstorms and snow.
I hope not.
Eat Bathurst alive. Very experienced. We've done a lot of laps around Bathurst, and he's done GT races around there, endurance races around there. The man knows the place inside out.
Well, no pressure, but we're expecting a win now.
I'm hoping for a win.
I'm looking forward to great racing again. It's been great racing, Pete. Honestly, what a night.
Yeah, it was a good night. On race 2, I was kind of keeping up there with Tony. I knew the faster guys were coming in, but it is a hard place to overtake. So even if you're a bit off pace from like the 33.6 guys, like I am, you can still kind of position your car just so they can't make the overtake. And then I had the situation with Andreas and Tony,
right,
where I was going for the inside overtake.
Oh no, we saw this,
Tony was giving me room to do the inside overtake, and I think Andreas just kind of
shunted him just a little.
Yeah. I think if I was in his position, I would have just followed me through, because Tony was already on the slow line there. But it's one of them things. And
you get sometimes you get transfixed by the car in front, though, don't you? And you just follow the car in front. So I can understand what's happened. It's unfortunate, absolutely. And he's followed Tony in and got into the back of him just a little, and then Tony's been disturbed and he's got into the side of you and turned you across him, and that it looked massively violent when we got the cameras on you.
It was massively violent being inside the car as well.
You don't
Yes.
hopefully you don't race in VR, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I bet that was
Yeah,
brutal. Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
once you
Watch
get
VR
turned
as well.
there, and once you get your wheels onto the grass and the gravel there, it's just there's just nothing. You just need to let go of your steering wheel and just
Yeah.
wait for it to crash into the wall.
Yeah, which is what a professional driver does. They they cross their
Yes.
arms over their chest
Yeah,
and keep out of the way.
I felt like a real pro there. Anyways, and Andreas did get back to me after the race about the incident, and he sent me a message. So I guess that's just that's what this league is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Owning up for your mistakes and looking forward for the next week.
Well, it's Bathurst
Yeah.
next week. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be an endurance race. I don't know whether it'll be an endurance race for everybody, but hopefully it is for you. By the sound of it, we're getting a race win out of you next week. So congratulations in advance. I'll let you do your speech next week, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I need the points because I was in third in pro-ams going into this races,
Where are you?
and then Tony was in fourth, but I think Tony's got the run on me on this because he finished in front of me both races now.
It is tight in that little group, isn't it?
Yes.
So where are you? Pete Van Gool, you are on 1210 before these races. Tony was only 40 points behind you, and Renee was 76 points ahead of you. But Renee's not had the... Oh, he beat you by quite a long way in the second race, though, didn't he? Because he was 12th and you were 25th. That might... Oh, I don't know. You'll have to wait till the points get uploaded, because my brain can't do maths.
No, I'll probably be in fourth, but if I get... Because it's double points next week.
It is,
Yes.
yeah.
If Lady Luck's on my side and maybe other drivers are a bit more unlucky, I'll still have a go for a podium this season. But,
Well, hope
that'd
so.
be
at the end of the
great.
day, as long as we have fun.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
that's what it's
Well,
all
you're
about.
outside in the season now, which you've been enjoying the racing, and that's great to hear. And yeah, if you can get a podium out of it, that'd be fab, wouldn't it?
It would.
Oh, yes.
Too right. Well, great hearing from you again. And the more times we do hear from you, well, we're going to hear from you next week anyway when you win. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Little shout out to my teammates, being Pete Newman and Mr. Carl Hardy, Jay Coles. You guys for another epic broadcast, and everyone watching the broadcast. And for those supporting me on the stream, thank you.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will see you this time next week. Pete Van Gool, PVG, everybody.
Thank you, boys.
All right, darling.
Very nice. Always good to interview Pete. Right, next up is going to be a quick chat with Chris Dixon. Good evening.
Evening.
Is he there?
Yeah,
Oh, he's
how we
there.
doing?
Oh, all good, all good. Better for hearing your voice.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, Oulton Park. This is usually a favourite of every, well, most drivers, but most British people like this track. Hopefully you did, once I find you on the circuit. Just 1 second. There you are. We saw you in a couple of little battles in the first race, and you seem to be holding your own pretty strongly. You stayed on to the main pack for quite a long time.
Yeah, I love this track. And all variations of it, really. Yeah, I've always liked the Oulton Park, but yeah, you had a good start in the first race. Got had a couple of little nudges in that, and on the first lap. I think it was Dick Crowther was alongside me one side, and Silas. Rob Sutherland, Paul Hurley, we had a couple of little knocks, but finished the race on the 0x, so
Whoa!
I was
What?
pretty happy
Serious?
with that. Yeah.
That never happens at Oulton Park. Good
How
grief.
did you do that out there tonight?
With no practice, I don't know. I was planning on having a load of practice. Well, not no practice. No practice tonight. I got literally on just before qualifying again because the girls have been in dance competitions again. So
Of course, yeah. So I was going to ask you how the girls are doing.
yeah, they're doing well. They're in championships this week, all week. So
That keeps Dad busy.
yeah, definitely.
costs a fortune, but we're enjoying it.
Well, you can pay for it with your winnings from this. And then and then second race, that was a bit more of a rough ride, wasn't it?
To be honest, it wasn't until I got caught out in the pits.
Eh?
Yeah, I was racing with, I think Paul. I'd got past Paul, and Rob was behind him.
Yeah.
And Rob was catching me just before the pits, and I'd fuel saved a little bit. And I thought I'm going to do one extra lap, and I did the extra lap and came in the pits with 1 litre left.
Right. Sounds okay
per-
so far.
Yeah, perfect pit stop, and then on the way out, I tried to gain a little bit. Had the pit limiter on, but if you flick it up into second, it jumps up to 51 and back down, and then so I did that. Come out the pits and got a black flag.
Ah, no
was
way.
Oh goodness!
So normally you get away with it, but I was literally only doing 51 mile an hour, and it gives us a black flag.
I've heard of other drivers say that can get you little bits of time, and sometimes that it's worth it.
Well, last week it worked, and you could do it was 2 mile an hour over the speed limit, and all you did is flick it into second, then back into first, and it just give you a little boost. But got away with it last week, and this week
the iRacing gods caught you this week, right? Okay. Oh well, it's called gambling for a reason, I guess. But sometimes you win, sometimes you don't win. But yeah, as long as you enjoyed the racing, that is everything that matters to me and Alan, because that's why we turn up. We turn up for the enjoyment of all of this. We're fans first and foremost, as Alan reminds us each and every week. So hopefully you enjoyed it, did you?
Yeah, it was good close racing with quite a few. I mean, Fee was in there, Carl was there in the second race, because he was at the back, and there was a couple of, I think Simon Trundle was at the back as well. There was a couple of quick lads who sort of let go and followed, and I think that's why I stuck with the pack. But I only got a 2x all night, so happy with that. Can't complain. And that was just the first corner, trying to push on me in lap, and I got a 1x just off the track, and then I think it was the fast corner after the hairpin down the straight. I think I got a 1x there.
Right.
And that was it.
There's only one other driver anywhere near you on the safe driver stuff, as in with minimal incident points for that race. Some of them you'll be stunned to find out are in well into the 20s.
I think there was a few, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was another. The only other driver anywhere near you was Deck Crowther.
Right.
Who's got one more than you, and that's it. So you've done extraordinarily well on that front.
We're done to Deck.
And Deck. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Actually, you're on. That's Paul Hurley you're racing on, or catching on the replay there. But yeah, really nice racing tonight. Saw you having a great tussle in that first race in a trainer car's significantly long, and staying with the pack for ages, which is great, especially with no practice. I mean that's a toughie.
Well, it wasn't no practice. I did have practice.
No practice today.
But I didn't get it. I didn't turn the wheel until qualifying, and I was sent a new setup as well, and that was shared. And I thought I'll try it in qualifying, and it seemed all right. It was pretty similar to the one I had.
Yeah.
But it felt a little bit more stable. So.
Okay.
I used that, and it was sort of just go for it.
Nice one.
Have fun.
Cool.
Well, it clearly worked because it kept you inside those white lines, my friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Cool. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, yourselves as always for putting the show on, and everyone in the background that does all the work as well, and the results lads and all the guys for racing. It was good, clean racing tonight. Enjoyed it.
Good
and
stuff.
everyone who comes on to watch us and support the league.
Well said, and we will look forward to seeing you this time next week at an endurance race at Bathurst. So hopefully your clean racing tactics will get you quite a way down the field there, because if you even get one incident at Bathurst, it's usually race ending. So, yeah, best of luck. Chris Dixon, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Chris.
Right, and then very quickly, and last into the booth, just a couple of minutes over, but always there for Fee in her usual interview slot. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are
sweetie.
How are you getting on? How's your recovery getting on? Is it good?
Yeah, all good. It's takes 6 months to fully
Oh wow!
recover
Right.
from it, but yeah, everything's healing well, and should be able to do the endurance next week.
Right, hopefully, because we love seeing you on track. And tonight was hopefully an enjoyable experience for you. Race 1 was a bit of a rough and tumble at one point. Tell us what happened, because I didn't actually see it.
I was pushing. I mean, I've got nothing to lose championship-wise with having the op. I hadn't done a full season.
Yeah.
I was really pushing the limits of the car, and just before you get to the hairpin, you got that left-hander.
Mm-hmm.
I lost the back end and hit the barrier.
Ah, yeah.
I pitted and come out, and then got a wheel on the grass and did the same thing.
Ah, okay. Well, that corner, if you look very carefully, has 6,000 cars worth of spare parts next to it. Because everybody else has done exactly the same thing. I've been in there a few times. It's Island Bend is the one that you're talking about, the left-hander before that hairpin. Yeah. It's a one-way ticket to the tyres. We saw a couple of cars. Well, one hit it really hard, not you. One scraped past it. One drove round it and tried to rejoin on the other side of the world, Jay Corley. He must have got the world's longest slowdown. I'm going to ask him at some point. But yeah, it's notorious, that corner. On the replay we can see you heading towards it now. And then in the second race you ended up a little bit better, 31st, ahead of Chris and a few others. Was that a better race for you? Did you manage to avoid the tyres?
It's a surprising thing. For race 2 I went from, I think Paul shared the setup with me.
All right.
I think he got it on -2 wing.
Yeah.
In race 3, I put it on -3, and it seemed more stable.
Oh, okay, that's different. But you know, these setups, I was never very good at working them out anyway. That Paul Hurley you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit more wing.
Bit more wing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always a good idea. It keeps the back end under control.
Yeah. Too
Hopefully.
right. Well, it's certainly worked out for you. We got Bathurst next week. I think I remember you saying that you liked that track last time.
I love Bathurst.
Yeah.
It's a good track, brilliant track. It's hard around the mountain. It's easy to clip a wall, but it's great fun.
Yeah, as long as you make it round the mountain all the way from, well, kind of McPhillamy Park, everything up to that point it's okay. Even the first, is it the cutting or the dip? No, it's the cutting, isn't it? The uphill one. That's reasonable. You can kind of, you know, in metronomic style, get your rhythm to that one. But when you go over the top at Skyline, that's when the terror begins, really, isn't it? And it's only you breathe a sigh of relief at Elbow.
Took me 3 years to get round that bloody the top of there.
What were you doing? Crawling on your stomach? What were you doing, Alan? What were you doing?
I couldn't. I just kept aiming the car straight over the top and hitting the wall at 100 miles an hour.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, don't do that, Fee. Well, we wish you the very best for that. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice and your endurance set up for that?
Yeah, you guys for great commentary and everything as normal. Special shout to Paul Early for sharing the setup. And shout to, I don't know whether he's watching, but Pete Johnson, he came down and we got some stuff ordered, new cables and plugs, and my VR stable now. So
oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
well done to him. Yeah, nice one.
One less thing to go wrong, and you don't need that at the back of your mind that you're going to get a black screen any minute, do you?
No.
So that's good news all round, matey.
Yeah, too right. Well, we shall look forward to seeing you circulating around Bathurst, hopefully competing with a whole load of people, because it was a dream race last time, won by Stephen Walker to top off his championship. Well, it wasn't at the end of the season, but we shall look forward to seeing you racing in with relish this time next week. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Pete.
Good night, Alan.
So, Alan, that was quite a remarkable pair of races. I think driver of the meeting wise, I kind of already decided at the end of the first race, and to me it was either going to be Greg for just consistency, Miguel for consistency, Tom Woodcock for just being brilliant in that qualifying session and keeping it together in the race session. That was excellent.
Really good.
And then it was the other one I was going to go for at that point in time. I can't remember, but they didn't have a very good second race. I can't remember who it was now. But my vote is going Tom Woodcock's way, because that was out of his skin racing. I don't know whether he knows the track so well that he could ride it in his sleep or whatever. But ultimately, that was really well done. So I think he deserves that. Yeah, it's gonna not affect that particular title at all. But I think that's not what it's about, is it? It's about rewarding the drivers in the week that they do the thing. So he's done his thing, and I'm going to reward him in this week. So
he was a little green flash among a sea.
Oh yeah,
and he was he drove really brilliantly. I'm struggling between Alberto and Greg. I think they both drove brilliantly. I'm going to give it to Greg, I think, tonight.
Okay.
I think he was the fastest driver on the night, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. That was an exceptional pair of performances. Where is he on here? From Greg. So that pops in.
It was fantastic. He's just been consistently great, and he deserves the point. He's just a really fantastic driver.
Yeah, too right. Well spent vote. If we could have had a third one, we'd obviously have given it to Paolo, wouldn't we? Because, what would the league be without Alberto? But
I mean, I would. He definitely deserves a shout. He drove brilliantly, and we've seen some great driving tonight. We've just been spoiled with people giving their all and trying to keep it clean, and mostly succeeding as well.
Yeah, such talent, such entertainment. We couldn't hope for anything better. And obviously, we've got Bathurst this time next week. We know about that in spadefuls. So I will start my thank yous. Thanks to everybody that raced tonight. It's a really strong 34 car field for this late in the season. Hopefully, we'll get a full squad for Bathurst, because that would be remarkable. Thanks to everybody that watched, to anybody that watches in the background and doesn't show their face on the chat. Thank you to you, because the numbers are great. All of you make this series what it is, whether you're participating or watching. Thanks to you, Alan, for making me sound phenomenal in many ways, and catching me out in all the things that I say that are wrong. And I wish everybody a very safe week from now till Bathurst. And stay safe, everybody, and good night. I'll hand you over to Alan.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks to Pete. Back from his holidays, but back in the groove, wasn't he? And what a night's racing. Heck, it's just non-stop, and you don't get any better than that. I think it's just impossible to see closer, better racing, and what a treat. And honestly, I love Bathurst, and it's going to be monstrous over the mountain. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll see you all next week, my dears. Give me my big cord.